Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of This and That. And I'm your host, Mr. 357. And today I have a special guest with me. The one, the only, the myth, the legend. Introduce yourself, sir.
Savage motherfucking Vega, baby.
Savage fucking Vega. Let's fucking go. Welcome to the show, my G.
Well, thank you for having me again, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's that it's gonna consider round two. You know what I mean? Because last time we spoke, but it was just like the first show. You know what I'm saying? I was new to the shit and all that.
Yeah,
so,
I was popping your fucking podcast cherry.
Yeah, my podcast. Yeah. So basically, today we're gonna talk about a lot of more shit that we didn't talk about last
Bet.
time.
I'm ready for you.
All right, cool. So before anything, I always gotta ask you guys because y'all my family. So how's everything over there with you, your family, and everything? Everything straight?
Man, everything's everything, bro. You know, just vibing, working, and doing what we got to do. You know, this weekend I'm going on vacation, so there won't be no FEW this weekend or no FEW next weekend, being that it's Christmas and
Ooh.
stuff. So
That's correct. That's correct. And, now that you say that, we can start there. Let's elaborate more on that and why there's no show this weekend and obviously the next weekend because it's Christmas.
yeah, well, obviously next weekend is Christmas weekend, and you know, for Puerto Ricans and shit, you know, Spanish folks, we literally celebrate Christmas on this Christmas Eve, and we party.
Yeah, that's our
Yeah,
Christmas. That's
we
correct.
party Christmas. We party Christmas Eve. Wake up the next day, let the kids open their gifts, and then we relax and eat leftovers Christmas Day.
That is correct.
So,
That's 100% accurate.
and yeah, this weekend, you know, me and the family, my sister-in-law came up from Florida. We got some friends coming up from Florida, I believe Thursday or Friday. They're gonna come out there.
Oh,
They're gonna
nice.
come up to the cabin with us in Tennessee. So we're gonna spend the weekend in Tennessee in the cabin in the woods, and you know, just chill and have fun. Maybe go to Nashville and you know, go hit the city and stuff like that. You know, just have a good time.
Nice.
A well-deserved vacation.
Absolutely, man. Everybody deserves a vacation once in a
Oh,
while.
definitely.
And especially on Christmas, like a holiday like this.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Shout out to Tennessee too, man. You're gonna have fun.
Oh
over
yeah, definitely will be. I can't wait. I took off on Friday, even though we're not leaving Friday, but I took off
there. Yeah, fuck it.
because I ain't trying to drive.
It doesn't
fast.
matter what day it is today because it's this and that. You know how we
Yeah.
do. We do the shit randomly.
Shout out-
Days.
Shout out to the
don't matter what
motherfucking
it is.
show, baby.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So fucking that's dope, bro. I mean, you know. So any FEW talent out there who's expecting to see your debuts or you guys to continue kicking ass on Saturday 2 p.m. on Saturday night, Saturday Slam Fest. It's not night, but yeah, man. That's you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Everybody deserves a vacation, like you said.
Yes, sir.
And so FEW. Let's a lot of people didn't understand how FEW came to be the last time. Let's get officially the real details on how FEW came to be.
I bet. So the story behind FEW is when you recruited me into GEW.
That's correct.
I remember. You remember the conversation we had that I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I had just left this other company, and I was like, and you recruited me, and I was like, you know what? I just left this company. I was actually thinking about starting my own thing and get my own thing going, and then I left it in the back burner. You was like, yo, that would be a good idea, but let's keep it maybe in collaboration with GEW, but let's just keep going. You know, let's just keep it. Let's hold on to that thought. And as the months went by, you know, I brought the idea up to A. And I told him, like, how about we do this, but we do it as like a NXT type show, you know, meaning that everybody that's new will come in to NXT and they work their way up. That way, whenever somebody new comes on, A. is not overwhelmed with the roster and trying to feature everybody and try to have everybody on a show and pack everybody into one show. So that way, you know, it's a little easier for him and everything.
That's
And
true. Yeah, that's
we've
true.
been running FEW for what now? 3 months, 4 months now, I believe, something like that. And
I mean, you would know.
yeah, it's been like 3 months.
CFO.
Yeah, it's been like 3 months, 4 months now that FEW's been running. We started with the test runs on Twitch. and finally got the YouTube going. And we had our first episode on YouTube a few months ago, and we've been continuing on YouTube. Now the time differences have changed. I used to do it at like three
Okay.
o'clock, 4 o'clock, but
I remember
yeah, I
that.
want to give it that. I wanted to do 2 o'clock. One, because it's convenient for me. At 2 p.m. is convenient for me, and two, it also gives that feel of like WWE back in the days when they had that Saturday show early in the afternoon and shit like that.
I used to love that Saturday show.
Yeah,
Yeah, but go ahead.
made I believe it what was it, main event or Saturday special, some shit like that. I forgot.
No, it was Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday main
Yeah,
event
so I
WWF.
wanted to give it that type of feel. You know what I'm saying? So that way, it's like a reminder, like, oh damn, wrestling on Saturday. Like, hey, yeah, let's go. That's
Yeah, that's fire.
so but yeah, pretty much the backstory of FEW was I was originally gonna do my own thing, but I rather I was more willing to grow with GEW and help GEW grow more than go out and do my own thing and start from scratch and do everything on my own. Because right now I get a lot of help within FEW. Get a lot of feedback and what I should do or
Right.
how I should do it or you know. So that's pretty
Well,
much it.
that's accurate, and it's funny you say that because right with the whole FEW thing and the whole overwhelming, what you basically saying is like the roster was basically full, and A Dot didn't have like room, so the FEW thing you wasn't trying to be selfish with it. You was actually being a help. You was reaching out, and you spoke to the boss and told him, hey man, look, why don't we do this NXT thing? Like you said, it's like an NXT version of the what WWE does, and that shit kicked off, bro. That shit works. Like I'm a subscriber. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my feeling that you got down there, also Bodega, and we didn't speak about that last time, but how do you feel when you got when you first brought the idea up, right? When you first brought the idea to A Dot's attention, talking about, oh, I want to do the show, I'll host it, and I'll do this and that. Shout out to the show, by the way. And like how did that feel? Because and I know we caught some negative feedbacks over it. Because you told me this shit, like you said, you told me this shit before it even started. Because I brought you into the GW
Yeah.
community because you had your problems with some other companies that I'm not gonna mention them clowns, but
Hmm.
we already know. Um, yeah, because you spoke about that in your first episode with
Yep.
me, and how did you feel when you brought up that FEW idea and the first feedback you got from it before the show even aired, or basically when the show aired? We used to do the GW podcast.
Yeah. Well, the first feeling, when I first brought up the idea, it was something I was excited about, but I got there was some bad feedback behind the scenes. Some people felt like I was trying to be sneaky or I was trying to take over,
Right.
take A Dot's position or whatnot. It took people time to grow onto it and actually come and show some love on the live and come and tune in. So I feel like I've proved a lot of people wrong with my intentions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
You absolutely
I'm
did.
not I'm not here to take over. I'm not here to take, replace A Dot or try to push A Dot out the way. I'm here to help GEW grow because I respect the whole concept of GEW and why GEW came to be. Shout out to Miss Dance because she is the reason why GEW came to be, and I respect
That is
that.
correct. Shout out to Ms.
Yeah, and I
Nance.
respect
Yep.
that very very fucking much. Because that's something that's deep. That's a father daughter bond right there. And
Yeah. Real
yeah,
deep.
so that's a father daughter bond right there. So I respect it. So I told Ada and I've told the first lady, I will be one to be defending GEW to the last breath because I will not let anything negative happen to GEW. I will defend it as if it was my own.
And you, so far you kept your word
Yeah.
for what it looks like because like I said, I'm tuned in. I know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm also a big part of the board, and I knew what your intentions was. You know what I'm saying? I always held you down. I always told people like, nah, man, this nigga's not like that, man. This is my dude, bro. This guy, he's like one of us. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The only thing is, he don't live next to us like and we didn't grow up with him, but he gained so much love here from me, I could say, that it feels like I've known you for like 20 something years already. You get what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
the feeling is mutual, man. We kicked it off, man. We're
Yeah,
very similar in a lot of ways, you and I. In a
absolutely,
lot of ways, we're very
absolutely.
similar. So, the only difference is you guys grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in the Bronx.
There you go.
We were
Yep.
just a
Now,
borough
and not
apart.
only that, like we all bring something to the table when it comes to the GW umbrella, because a lot of people don't understand, right? What you did was you said it pretty much clearly. You told like everybody had different intentions. What everybody had a different idea or perspective of your
Hmm.
intentions. You get what I'm saying? But what you was really doing is not kicking off your own name company. You were kicking off a brand under the GW umbrella, which
Yep.
is now Global Studios, because we're doing other shit. Which we'll get to that in a
Yep.
sec too.
And without
But
without FEW, I feel like if FEW wasn't put on the table, then when I put it on the table, if FEW wasn't put on the table, I feel it wouldn't have opened the doors for everything else that's gonna be under Global Studios and everything else that's going
and
on right now.
I can agree with that. I can second that.
So it's like if that wasn't there, that door wouldn't have been opened for Global Extreme Ballers or Fight
Look at
Club
the
or
talent.
Midnight
Yeah.
Madness or the GEFC that's gonna be coming up soon, or the plans for the boxing game when it comes out. I feel
Yep.
FEW was the one that opened the doors for that type of situation.
100%. Anybody who's listening and is gonna listen to this, just know that he's absolutely correct. Without FEW, these other ideas would without FEW being the first
Idea.
like wing, yeah, being the first wing to spread out from the GW brand, there wouldn't be no Global
Well, the
Studios.
first,
And the
yeah, the
talent
first
that
wing to
came
spread
from
out
it.
from the body of GEW. Let's say like
Right.
that, because that's what it is.
If GW is the head, then this was like the torso without the arms right now.
Yeah,
Like the stomach and shit, right?
yeah,
Chest,
yeah. Pretty
stomach.
much, we're
Right.
we're building. We're just building, and we keep building daily with awesome ideas from everybody. Shout out to all the Global Studios producers.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to all of them, including myself, because without me, you guys wouldn't be doing all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Well, you brought most of
nah,
us in
man.
this bitch.
Yeah, nah. You know what it was too, man. That's where I wanted FEW to be like the way GW is, but like you said, it's just a 1 week is a 1 day a
Mhm.
week show, and it's the talent where they're being developed.
Yep,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to go through processes in real life to become a wrestler. So, you know what I'm
yep.
saying? And these people that are joining, remember, they all have the same thing. Like, we all got certain things in common, because when we were younger, we all wanted to grow up to be wrestlers and entertain people and shit, right?
Mhm.
And fight so now we're doing it. Basically, we're really doing that now, but we're doing it in the virtual way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
So,
look, I'm gonna address something real quick. I'm gonna just put this out there. I'm gonna address this. All right.
yeah,
I
yeah.
heard the spicy episode, and you already know. I already told you, motherfucker. I was like, yo,
Yes,
bro,
sir.
did this shit with the fucking lady talent, bro.
I
For
was gonna get to that in a sec too, but you brought it first. But go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead.
the shit with the lady talent. All right, the female talent. One, I don't have much female talent. Most of the females there are pretty much fill-ins. I got one, two, three. I got maybe like four ladies left in FEW that are yet to be called up. So that gives me some matches that I can do with the ladies. Um,
Right.
and
A little
and
leeway.
like
A little
and
leeway.
like Zay said in his episode when you asked him the question about it, it wouldn't be fair to everybody else. If everybody else has to start in FEW, it wouldn't be fair that somebody gets signed and jumps directly to GEW, because they're gonna be like, hey,
That's correct. No, that's
you
correct.
know,
That's what Zay said. That's what Khan says. That's what actually A Dot said that himself.
yeah, hmm
Because when I had A Dot on the show, he told me, shout out to A Dot Jizzle, by the way, CEO. Um, when I told him about it, he was like, yeah, man, but in reality, it's like I have too much people. You know what I'm saying? He tried to put it
yeah,
like in a way. The way he answered me was more like, dude, we already spoke about this. Let's not do
hmm
this. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt that we needed in GW, like on a Tuesday, Thursday, 'cause that's mainly the GW show days. I felt we needed some chicks in there to like, you know what I mean? Because we were at a point where when we had the roster split, remember we had the Tuesday, there was like Raw, and then Thursday was like SmackDown kind of shit, When we had that thing going, which I'm gonna ask you about that too, also. When we had that shit going, like, we like everything was like, yo, we got the girls got to share, like the girls don't even have to share the show, like the girls, like, dude, this is how bad we're doing with the female talent. I mean, no disrespect to the Baker, of course, no disrespect to the princess of the GW community, Briz Dance, because she is the world champ, women's world champ. But like, I felt like, yo, Miss Dance, Autumn, Baker, the Dispatcher, Feisty, Niagara, which Niagara is still, I believe she's probably still in the contract if I'm not mistaken, but if she's not, shout out to Niagara,
Yep.
But they needed like, competition. So I figured, I'm like, yo, let me do some recruiting, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show these people what GW is about. So when I showed them GW, I didn't tell them. See, that was my fuck up. I didn't tell them about the whole, hey, but you got to start in FEW and work your way up to the main roster. That was my fault. You know what I'm saying? As promoting, like, I take full responsibility for that. So that's why I thought it's best if I come out with an idea of saying, yo, bring these fucking girls up, bring all these chicks up right now, so we can fucking have them fight Miss Dance.
Yeah, and you
girls.
you also were telling people that the kids will automatically come up when they sign.
Oh yeah, I did say. I did
Yeah,
say
no,
that
it don't
too.
matter. We don't discriminate. Men, women,
Right.
children, you all have to start in FEW. Everybody has to go through the farm
Jaji
system.
the Light. Shout out to the Grimm brothers.
The Brothers Grimm, the Jaji the Light,
Brothers Grimm,
and
right.
pretty soon, Little Savage
J Bomb
LGB
Show.
is gonna start up.
Oh,
So,
shout out to Lil Savage.
Lil Savage
Let's
is gonna
go.
start up. He's almost ready to go. I just gotta work on his finishers and stuff. But Little Savage will be debuting soon. Shout out J Bombshell as well. Kid made his return last
Yes,
week,
sir. Yes, sir.
and so we're looking forward to that. So it's gonna be, we got the kids involved. I haven't told my son yet that I created him, so that way he could check out his matches. But I'm gonna plan on telling him soon once I'm completely finished with his character, and let him know the plans that we got going forward, which are hush hush for right now. So
Right. I mean, tell you the truth, I'm gonna blow my little thing. I have something to do with that little.
oh
idea
yes,
too,
yes
though,
you
but,
do.
Shout out to my kid Justin too. He's gonna make his FEW appearance, and
Yes.
I guess they'll all have to work their way up. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Like the way it's supposed to be, and it's legit. This is my son we're talking
Mhm.
about, and I'm not talking about bring him up to GW. Fuck that. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna respect that whole. Your movement is solid. You know what I'm saying? And why not? Your show's fucking great too. Why
appreciate
not
it.
let them start in FEW and make everything fair the way it's
I
supposed to be?
appreciate that.
I learned my lesson. Yeah, I learned my lesson. I know that I know you was coming back with that one. You was gonna come and be like, yo, man, I gotta let this nigga know right now, because
Oh,
it's like the third time he said it on the show.
bro,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm quick to call your ass out, bro. Even behind the scenes, I'm quick to
course.
call your ass out, bro.
Yeah, of course,
I'm the
of
realest
course.
there is. I tell you, I keep it 3 stacks always.
Always, brother. Nah, I appreciate that. You supposed to. I need my friends to be like that. If my friends ain't like that, bro, then you ain't really my friend. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't want don't yes me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Don't just like, yeah, okay, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Or if I show you something and it's not really all that, you could say, yo, change this or that. I ain't gonna feel bad, bro. Don't worry about it. You can say whatever the fuck you
I
gotta
want to
say. To me.
say,
ain't gonna
I
feel
want to
bad.
say on the record, everybody that's listening to this, I
Yes, sir.
can't count on 2 hands how many I told you so moments I've had with this man. When I tell him he asks me for my opinion, I give it to him, and he's like, all right, that sounds cool, but then still does it, and then after it fails or something fucks up on it, it's like, nigga, I told you
I should have
so.
listened to you. I know. I remember a couple times that I went back to you and I was like, bro, why did I do that? And you told me directly, like, motherfucker, I've been told you not to do that, and you did
Yep.
it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for that, bro. For real, that's solid
Appreciate
shit. The thing is, I'm like how you call it? I've always been one of those ignorant little motherfuckers when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at it like, I don't care. You don't want me to do it because you think I'm gonna succeed in it. You
Yeah.
know, you know how when you,
Yeah.
when you argue with your elders and your parents and shit. You know, you always they tell you don't do this and don't do that,
Yeah.
and you still do it. You know,
Yep. Yep.
so
Yep. But
that's me. I got that hard headed, but sometimes I listen. Like I when you told me about the. I remember I came to you one time when I was gonna fight Dirty Sanchez. Shout out to Dirty Sanchez,
and
by
I
the way.
told you not to change your move, not to change your outfit, and you
Yeah,
changed it anyway.
yeah. And not only did you tell me not to change the outfit, you told me don't change the weight class. You
Yep.
said keep your weight class and keep your build. And guess what?
You changed it,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did not listen and I changed it.
and you lost the
And guess
match.
what? I lost the match.
Yes, sir.
I got destroyed. I looked like a fool, and I got told so. Like I told you so.
And
Yeah,
I'm quick to
so
tell. I'm quick to tell a motherfucker. I told you so.
yeah,
I,
man. No,
I'm
that's
quick.
what I'm saying. Like I need friends like that. If I don't have friends like that, then you ain't really my friend. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure,
it.
for sure.
Yeah, man. So right back to the whole. Because I was gonna say, remember I asked you, I was gonna tell you about that. How do you feel about that whole Tuesdays and Thursday roster split? Because a lot of people, this is another topic we're gonna touch on. Like a lot of people have been feeling some type of way about certain people, talking about, oh, this motherfucker's always on the roster, on the matches, on the cards, and this motherfucker doesn't get no days off. This motherfucker, this and that, you know, and. We gotta address it. It's basically you guys were talking about me. I didn't say you, but like most of the people that are saying that, they're talking about me. You guys know who
Right.
you are. I'll shout you out next time. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about Tuesday and Thursday thing? Right. So how do you feel about that? You think it was the best way to go, so people like me won't be on the card every week, every show?
All right. My
The roster,
honest.
remember, and mind you, in your honest opinion, right? Because remember now, the rosters are full, and I believe
Yeah.
FEW is almost full too.
Right.
So,
Yeah. FEW is definitely almost full. I need
Right.
a service, but the fact that I think the brand split would be one of the best ideas because
okay,
you can split up the shows and that way everybody can get featured on their specific show. You know what I'm saying? That way, if he
Right.
has too many guys on the roster, we're not gonna see the same people on the same days, on both days. Like we're not gonna go see, Spicy or Icy Ghost, whatever the fuck, wrestling this person and then doing another one with a tag team match on this day. Like it'll like spread it out more. You know what I'm saying? So that way everybody can get featured, everybody can see their character on the channel and
Right.
shit.
right. But that's another thing, and it involves the same question. So, how do you feel about certain characters being like certain us, like individuals? Like I can say that you're one of those guys too. Like if you're like over popular, or like you're the heavyweight champion, or you're like somebody that somebody's always calling out. You know what I'm saying? Like say for example, Savage is always getting called out. Like, yo, I want to fight Savage, but dude, you're not on Tuesday and you're not on a Thursday. How would you feel about that when that happens? Like, wouldn't it be like, yo, let me kick this dude's ass because he's talking too much shit?
Nah,
or we just have to go with our story?
What I would say is take it to Fight Club or Midnight Madness.
Fight Club. Wow, shout out to Fight Club
Yes,
too,
sir.
man. I was gonna ask you
Because
about
that'll be
that.
the way that they can meet if they have some problem or something. They can meet at Fight Club. Challenge the motherfucker at Fight Club. Yeah. Then you and Zay can handle those matches. If there is a blend split again.
Yeah, well, I think Zay should handle it because I pretty much don't want, like I told everybody else, I don't really have, this too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an autism dad, so I don't have time. And, like if I was to stream, I would have to stream like around this time. Who's up at this time right now on a weekday? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but your Midnight Madness is pretty good though, because it's interesting, and you did right you took my advice this time when I told you to put the commentating on.
I did.
So.
And that shit, and it popped a little because the matches got better.
Yeah.
Because I was doing matches by basically call outs. I wasn't doing matches the way Zay does them.
Yeah.
You know, like Zay makes a card, and he has people fighting certain people. I don't do
Yeah,
that.
but that
I
that was
do it by
supposed to be the
call
whole
outs.
thing about Fight Club was the call outs.
Call outs, exactly. So like, if I call you out right now, and I can't fight you on a Tuesday or Thursday, because that's basically what you're saying,
Hmm.
we'll take it to Fight Club.
Yep.
So talking about, so since you already said that yes, you agree about Tuesdays and Thursday roster split, so everybody can have an even
Yeah, it'll
shot.
be a good idea. It'll definitely be a good
Good
idea to do
idea to
that.
keep to bring that back, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be a fucking grand idea to do that. I mean, it worked the first time, but it didn't work in the sense that it didn't work out as well because we still had guys that were like free agents, like yourself. You were
Right,
still featured
right,
on both shows. But you know, the
right.
thing with that is the only people that should be on both shows in that point, if we were to do another brand split, no free agents, none of that shit, just the champions appear on both shows.
I agree. I say like the tag team champions should be on both shows.
Hmm.
Intercontinental,
Or if there's multi
maybe.
contenders. If there's multi contenders, like let's say A Dot has an idea to put, you know, two guys from Thursday and two guys from um Tuesdays, you know, to fight for a title, you know, that could happen as well. You know, that's the only way it
Yeah,
should
but
be featured.
that was the thing about the thing with the split for me. The whole splitting thing, I was like, yo, man, if you're gonna have two different shows, we should have championships for these both shows. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then maybe like in a pay per view, unify the titles. You get what I'm saying? Like have
Hmm.
a tag team champions from
I mean, I think we
Tuesday.
have enough. I think we have enough titles to do something like that. But we would have to make duplicates of certain ones. So like we would probably have to
Right.
make a world title for one show, make tag team titles for the other for one show, and then you know the mid card titles could just be split up between both
Yeah,
shows.
so check this out. Let me suggest you an idea now. Maybe you could bring it up to A Dot, considering you're like a CFO yourself,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Check this out. How about the king? Well, not the king. The winner of the Champion of the Year tournament that A Dot's hosting right now. Let that be for like the global extreme universal kind of title. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it'll be the heavyweight title for one show.
it'll be like
You
our
get what I'm saying?
universal type title. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad
Yes.
idea. We'll just have to speak with A Dot and speak with the committee and see what they think about it.
Right.
You know
Right.
that
Because
that's what the
I mean
Global
that sounds
Studios
dope.
Committee's
And then
for.
that's exactly what it's for. That's what I'm saying, and that would be dope because then you get like in a pay per view, which one is coming up soon. By the way,
Mhm.
stay tuned. This weekend,
This weekend.
something major. Yep. Um, yeah. So right, like in a pay per view like this, you can like have the Thursday night champion fight the Tuesday night champion, which at this point will be Zay versus whoever the King of the Year champion is. You get what I'm saying? Then
Yeah.
the winner of that unifies the titles, and that person can be on both shows, the way Roman Reigns does it and shit like that. You get what I'm
See,
saying?
but if we present new titles, it'll be too soon to just be like, all right, let's these two
I,
fight and
I
then
say
let's
we
unify them. You know,
I say we find out if A Dot is actually still with the whole splitting the roster shit. Because if he's still with doing that, then that shit will work perfect.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, but
We
if
could bring that
but
up.
no
Yeah,
unification of
but
titles so soon. No unification unless he
right,
decides to bring it back to one brand. You know, just to
right.
fill it up again. You know, just one thing. You know, everybody on both shows. But that's the only time a title should be unified.
I agree. I agree. We'll wait till like the real moment for that. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
that's
it'll come. It'll come. I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about it. The new year's coming, so you know we gotta do some big stuff for the new year.
of course. When the new year comes, maybe we could have that probably possibly happen. Because I wanted the Fight Club shit, like, since it's still GW and FEW characters, I wanted it to like count in a way, in a sense.
Yeah.
But then I didn't. That's why I was like, you know what? I don't really want to like host a show because I really want to do the commentating shit. Because I'm somebody who likes to talk a lot of shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You know it. So
I mean, look,
I really
I'm
wanted
gonna
to.
keep it a stack right now. When A Dot told me that you guys wanted to do the Fight Club thing, I was like, bruh, how is that gonna work? But with everything, you know, so then that's when we
Right.
decided, like, you know, they
Storyline
could do
wise.
it,
Right.
they could do it, but it won't be canon story on the story. And I told them, I was like, you know
Right.
what, fuck it, let them do it. You know, let them go for it. Let's try it out. Let's see how it goes. and they could see how hard it really is behind the scenes to actually run a show and try to please everybody and try to get everybody on a card. Because at one point you guys were getting on me for having so many multi-man matches on FEW. It was because I was trying to feature everybody. But I noticed that Zay has been doing some multi-man matches.
Of course. You know how it is, bro.
Yeah.
We always have to reap what we sow, right?
Yeah, it's harder than it looks.
It's harder than it looks. And not only that, but like I'm not me personally, as my DBD character, I'm not a fan of multi-man matches.
Yeah.
I don't even like tag team matches, to be honest with you. I only team up with my guys because I want my guys to get exposure too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like some people are right when it comes to being on the show a lot and all that, right?
Yeah.
But some people gotta understand, man. I work hard to make my guy pop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have, like, I'm not doing it to be selfish. I'm doing it basically because the kids like watching me out there. So if I talk shit in the chat and everybody's like, yo, can somebody beat this nigga's ass already so he can shut the fuck up? That's what I'm going for.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for that, so people could be like that. So if you keep calling me out, then Ada has no choice but to book me in a match with you calling me out.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying?
DBD is the character that everybody loves to hate.
Right.
Right.
So. That's why I have that obsession with the world heavyweight title, because I figured if I was like the world heavyweight champion,
you get a lot of heat.
I'd probably be the face of the shit.
You get a lot of heat.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll be the face of the shit, like what I'm going for. You know what I mean? All I can do is sell you a fight. If I can sell you a fight, I'm doing the right thing. That's all. So
now let's just say, let's just clear the air real quick. I'm just gonna put this out there, just to have it on record. DBD is 0-2 against Savage on Fight Club.
Yeah, man. That's funny, man, because I'm looking forward to. I don't want to blow it up, but I'm just gonna throw it out there anyway. There was a rumor of a DBD joining the PRX family.
Oh,
this rumor stopped going around because they saw the Gravediggers getting more people and more whatever.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man.
We can talk about it.
All right. First, I'm gonna start with a little backstory of PRX.
Let's hear that PRX story, because a lot of people don't know where PRX came from and how it got established. We know that it's a faction. We know the only thing we do know about PRX that we spoke about in your first show with you in the first show was that you came in brand new as a rookie to the GW community and you kicked ass. You bring in your partner Storm, which is like your brother, which we're gonna talk about him in a second also. But you came in and you literally started a faction when there was only like maybe 3 to 4 factions already active.
Day one. I'm the only person in GEW history to debut and create a faction on the same day. Because after I had my match, I went and I wrote a promo presenting PRX.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of people don't know this. So again, let's hear this.
So
this is interesting, guys.
After my first match, which was a tag team match with 787, I created PRX. When I came to GEW, I noticed that there was quite a few Puerto Rican guys within the community. So when I was in the last EFED I was in, there was barely any. And when I saw them, when I saw that there were so many Puerto Rican guys within the community, I was like, man, this is a good idea to start a faction, and I was a big fan of LAX in the Impact days. I was a big fan of LAX. Right. I loved LAX, Homicide and Hernandez and Conan.
Impact Wrestling.
Yes.
A lot of people slept on Impact Wrestling. I mean, it was all right.
Oh, I watch. See, when I say I'm a wrestling lover, I'm an all-around wrestling lover. I watch it all. Independence,
Japan.
I watch everything. AAA, CMLL. I watch it all. But I was a big fan of LAX, and since I saw there was some Puerto Ricans there, I was like, you know what? Puerto Rican exchange sounds dope. You actually helped me. You actually told me like, yo, that shit sounds fire when I brought that to you. And I was like, all right, bet. So let's do this. So I recruited 787. He was down with it immediately. I stole Khan. I stole Khan from the DWO.
That's right.
I stole Khan from the WO. That he was mad excited about it too. He was like, "Man, I'm about to tell them right now." I was like, "No, no, no, chill, chill, chill. I got a plan. I got a plan. Let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. I got you." And and then after that, we were supposed to have Mr. DVD Dimebag Dan, but Dimebag
That's
Dan was
correct.
involved in some stories, so I respected that. And then
Well, in my defense, when you finish telling you that part, I'm gonna tell you the rumor and how that came to be and
yeah,
what happened and
oh,
why it's
I'm
what's
about to
going
get
on.
to that. I'm about to get to that.
Good.
So
Okay, go ahead.
so therefore, we had a situation where you were gonna come and join after your story was over. You were like, "All right, I'm ready." I created you a PRX outfit, and I
That's
had you
correct.
on
It's
this.
still out
Yeah,
there too,
it's
by the
still
way.
out there.
Shout out to you for that.
I still had you. I had you on the CC. I don't know who it was that went to. I believe it was Spicy that went to and saw my creations, and he was like, "Oh, so
Correct.
DVD is gonna join PRX," and almost shot it
Yeah.
out and fucked up blew up the whole story. So we had to backtrack, and we had to just
Right.
just drop the plans for it. So then you went on and you did your grave diggers thing and stuff like that. So it
Right.
is what it is.
Well, that's the whole. That's where I'm gonna get to right now, right? Because this is how it officially went down when it came down to the DVD and PRX, right? I would when you came in, that was around the time where uh my big spotlight switched turn, like my heel turn. That's what we're gonna call it, because they used to love me
Yeah,
before I was like a fan favorite. Like Miss Dance loved me, the kids, Juju Mello, they loved me and shit, because those were the kids they were really watching. PRX 787 was like love my shit, right? Anyway, long story short, I was a good guy and I did that DWO thing. So you came in around that time when that's like
yeah,
when that was still
yeah. It was
fresh.
just
Like
after.
that
It was
was
just
like
a little after that. Yeah.
right. It was just like still happening, right?
Mhm.
So the whole con was called in as a help to DWO. DWO needed help to take out Dimebag Dan, ladies and gentlemen. This is the real truth.
Yep.
And we spoke about it in Khan's podcast. This is why I have a little rival with Khan coming up, but we'll talk about that another time.
Hmm.
But right, the thing was, I was like, yo, this PRX shit, this shit is fire. Like, I loved it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I loved the gimmick you guys had, the repping PR shit. Yeah, niggas all Puerto Ricans, wild face colorings and face paint and colors,
Yeah.
the PR colors everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm very prideful with mine.
Of course. And I'm like that in real life.
Yep.
That's the crazy part.
It's all
So I
about
figured, like, yo, if I'm like that in real life, this is perfect because this fits this will fit my gimmick. So anyway, PRX picked up Khan, but Khan was actually meant to be a DWO soul taker. Help me take care of DBD because he stole Ali Bart from us, right?
Yeah.
So the Grave Diggers came to be because of the whole me and him as a tag team, and we called our tag team the Grave Diggers. It wasn't supposed to be a faction. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
The only
That's
thing
what we
is,
tag team.
it was supposed to be a tag team. The story got ruined, and that shit like made me feel some type of way in real life.
Oh, I remember.
Off script.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, off script. I was like furious about it. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, yo, this shit ruined something I had planned with A Dot and whatever. A Dot told me, oh, don't worry about it. It's not that serious. Like let it be and let shit work out.
Hmm.
So I told him, I said, all right, so I'm gonna keep this gimmick going where I'm destroying literally the entire faction. Like I fought every single individual member and I beat their ass, right? That's what happened. And I got the faction killer gimmick and I was like, yo, I'm like burying these guys.
No, you got
That's
Hakeem.
where
You
the
got
whole
Hakeem sent down to FPW.
That's correct. And that was another thing that you didn't answer too, because FEW was meant not only for the new recruits, but it was also meant for the people who got hurt. And
Yeah,
they
but a lot of
they
people weren't. A lot of people weren't feeling that idea though. There was a
feeling
lot
that.
of backlash about that one.
Yeah,
So
I know. I
we
remember that
we just dropped it and that was it. So it was like nobody wanted to do it. It was a good idea because it happened. That's what happens in real life.
It's a great idea.
But not a lot of
like
people
you
are
said,
with it. Maybe now some folks will be down to do it, but It's just.
I think people will be down now because they see how Kevin Owens did it, right?
Hmm.
They see how people like in real life did it in in their version.
Yeah.
So you know, and the other thing is too that we didn't mention about the FEW shit. We don't mind recruiting talent because I'm heavy with it when it comes to recruiting. Like I'll go out there and I'll get you women, I'll get you males to fucking go and compete and try to get into the GW roster,
Yep.
right? So now there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that be doing some hateful shit, man. Like they'll come here to FEW, they scope out the talent, and they look at it like, yo, I'm trying to start my own company too. We like,
Yeah.
shout out to you if you're making your own company. You get what I'm saying? Because if you really want to talk technical, Savage, this man right here that I'm talking to, he had the idea of making his own shit too. The only thing is, he figured, like he said, he wanted to put this under the umbrella where we could all shine together and help this shit grow.
All grow,
You get what I
all
mean?
grow together, because I felt that
All
family,
grow
that
together.
family ambiance within the community there. So it was like
Exactly.
I felt welcomed. By some I felt welcomed. By others I felt like they felt like I shouldn't be there. You know.
Right. I know, and I know exactly who they are. I mean, whether sometimes people feel some type of way at first, but that's why you can never judge a book by its cover. Because if they actually get to know you, like I know you, they know you're a real good motherfucker, man. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta go hard.
Appreciate
Same thing with Khan too. Yeah, man,
Oh,
100%.
Khan,
Same
that's
thing
my
with Khan
that's my
too.
bro.
Like, yeah, man, that's my bro too, bro. That's like, yo, I got mad love for that nigga. You know what I'm saying? In the GW world, we're rivals because I can't stand his ass. He's a bum.
Of course, his character.
Just like you. Yeah, his
Character.
character and you, all the PRX guys, I can't stand none of you motherfuckers. Storm, you, Khan, especially little young 787, but that's in character.
Yeah, yeah.
But out of character, I fucks with all of you guys. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is.
Yeah, definitely.
So, right, talking about that and how people come and try to, how do you feel about when you come in and you tell me, well, I'm putting myself like in your shoes, right? If they come to you and be like, hey, Savage, man, I joined FEW, whatever, but I'm really here because I want my own company and I want to put my little shout outs of my company, my little promotions on your show, on your Discord, on your channels. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that? Like,
All right, so
let
when
people know about that shit.
when I first came in, I was told by A. Dot himself, he doesn't care that you're in another brand, in another EFED or whatever the fuck, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Just don't promote.
You don't own the rights to your
Yeah,
character.
yeah. Just don't promote that shit here. And I feel the same way about it. If you're somewhere else, don't promote that shit here. Don't come over here trying to poach characters and try to take them with you to your other shit. If you're doing your thing somewhere else, power to you. More power to you. But don't come bringing that shit over here.
Yeah, don't use our platform to
boost
surplus your shit.
To boost yours, yeah. People, and that's one thing. Whenever anybody talks to me about joining FEW, I tell them that exactly. There's no promoting of any other brands. There's no promoting whatever you're in. There's no promoting your matches. There's no promoting this, your channel, your that. That's
right.
That's it. Like,
because the only one that tell you the truth, I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Like I used to do that. I'll go to other like companies and like they accept me in their groups, like in the Facebook groups. I'll go and I'll promote the shit out of GW and FEW in it. You get what I'm saying? Like, but they never said not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? We're telling you when you come here, if it could be FEW, it could be GW, it could be even Fight Club. And matter of fact, not even Fight Club, because Fight Club got basically people from FEW and GW.
Yep.
The only reason we have it is for call-outs. So, like, right now, you want to see somebody like me, for example. I can't stand Slade. He's one of your faces of FEW. Shout out to Slade, by the way.
That's the champ, man. He just had a big match this weekend and came out victorious.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna lose, but shit.
2 weeks in a row, he came out victorious.
Yeah, he defended his title.
Match. That's right. So, like, see, that's what Fight Club is about. Fight Club is
what?
like, all right, you want to see DBD and Slade?
Back up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you want to see DBD versus Slade? Go and break it into Fight Club. We go to New York on the underground fight pit. That's how that came up. But yeah, no, you're right. So I feel that don't come over here promoting your shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like We ain't doing that. We're not
Don't
doing
do
that.
that shit. Especially if it's owned by people we don't fuck with.
Correct. 100%. So now that we're talking about people that you fuck with, tell us more about Storm and how you met this man Storm and how he's a big inspiration to you and your creativity and your creations, because he's a great creator too. He's an artist
Yeah,
when it comes to creating and moves and all that other shit. He's Hall of Famer.
yeah, of
Talk
course.
about that, and also that shout out to all the other creators and everybody else, which we'll get to that too. But Storm, how important is Storm to you, and what do you learn from him? Like what was the inspiration behind the Storm relationship between Savage and Storm? Savage Storm.
I, oof. All right, so I'm gonna say it like this. All right, so me and Storm, we were in this other EFED together. It was my first EFED that I've ever been in, you know, and
You want to shout it out
hell
or fuck
no,
them?
hell nah.
Man, fuck
If
them.
I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers not to join,
Copy.
you know.
Copy.
But
Yeah,
this
fuck those guys.
place, I was there. It was my first time there. I had a few matches. I was successful. Um, I saw Storm. I was following. I had taken some screenshots when I first got the game of some characters, and some of them were his characters. So I noticed the name, and I was like, oh shit, on CC, I favorited him. I saw his creations. I was like, yo, his creations are fucking dope. And not many people know this, but his name wasn't just Storm before. It was Andre Storm.
Copy.
So
Nice.
Andre Storm. So Storm was champion of that Fed at the time when I joined, and I called.
Like world
Yeah,
champion.
he was the world champion of that Fed.
Okay. Okay.
I called him out, and we had a match. It was one hell of a fucking match. One
Like a
hell.
legendary
It
match.
was a fucking epic match, bro. That match was fucking epic.
What kind of match was
It,
it?
it was just it was just a false count anywhere extreme rules type match, bro. And it was just epic. It was a lot of back and forth action. We were
A lot of
a
kickouts.
lot of kickouts, it was a lot of shit going on in that match. And I came out on top, and I was the new world champion.
Ooh.
And
Shout out to you for that, bro.
after that, I cut a promo. On him, and I told him, I was like, you gave me the fight of my fucking life, and you got my respect 100%. Like, I respect you.
Fire.
After this match that we just had, you've earned my full respect. And then he cut a promo back
Fire.
at me saying that he respects my style, and he respected me also. So boom, what happens then? I was having some beef with some tag team there, so I was like, I bet I'm gonna come at y'all, and I'm gonna bring a mystery partner. Boom, y'all don't know who it's gonna be, because y'all don't know who I fuck with here. So
Ooh.
I got with Storm. I DM'd him. I was like, yo, you want to be my mystery partner? Blah, 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 blah. Boom. He was like, yeah, sure. Came in. Savage Storm was born. Boom. That's where the first incarnation of Savage Storm happened. So we hit that tag team match, and we busted ass. And we were like, yo, we should be a tag team. And they decided to keep us as a tag team. It was supposed to be a one-off thing, but they decided to keep us as a tag team. So we're like, fuck it. Let's name the team Savage Storm. Boom. But then, I left. Me and Storm, we would talk after that, and we got closer and closer. When I came to GEW, I was telling him about GEW. I was telling him, because I had some stuff going on with that Fed over there, that they were trying to screw job me because I was watching GEW on the same day that they were doing. I was watching a surprise show that A. Dot did on a Friday, and I wasn't watching the show that I was featured on with them. So, and
That's the world champ.
yeah, no. Oh, I got screwed out of the world title because somebody had one of the guys had a fucking briefcase, a Money in the Bank briefcase that he had won in their first pay-per-view, I guess, and apparently decided to cash it in against me and take the title from me.
Wow.
So they did that shit after a match that I had. I had just
They
defended the
pulled
title.
Daniel Bryan on your
Yeah,
ass.
pretty much. I had just defended the title, and then boom, I get a fucking Money in the Bank call in,
Wow.
and then I lose the title.
Talk about fucking somebody, huh?
Yeah, so then after that, me and Storm were in a tag team match that night, that Friday night. Me and Storm were in a tag team match. There was somebody else that joined GEW with me, well, a little bit before me, and He was
You shut that person up.
motherfucking snake ass Vernon Quinn. Snake
Shout
ass
out to fuck
motherfucker.
you, Vernon Quinn. Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, snake ass motherfucker, bro. Because that motherfucker's the one that went back and told them that I was watching GEW because he hit me up that night. He was like, "Hey, bro, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm working." Like, what's up? Like, why are you hitting me up asking me if I'm good? So then when I went and saw the replay of the show, they mentioned that, oh, the person who's behind Savage is watching another show. Well, one of the guys in this match is watching another show that's not ours, and da da da. And then when I saw the end of the at the end of their shows, they do a recap. They go live on Facebook and they do a recap of the show. So
Gotcha.
I was there watching. I was scrolling through that recap to see what shit they were gonna talk, and it turns out one of them mentioned, oh, why he got the titles tainted. He tainted the world title. He tainted this, and I had another character over there too that was the Intercontinental Champion. So I had two characters over there that are champions, which was Savage,
Gotcha.
and my second creation, which was Rex Storm. And
So yeah, basically you got looked at like you was like damn, I forgot that female's name. She was like a
Alondra
WWF.
Blaze.
Alondra Blaze.
Yeah, so they felt like I was gonna go leave with the titles, leave with the title and taint
and drop it.
Yeah, but they were talking about that I tainted that me having the titles tainted the titles and shit. So
yeah, they made it look bad, like you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, so you know what I went and I did. I pulled a CM Punk and I pulled a pipe bomb promo, which is probably one of my best promos to date.
I think that was like the most heard about promo that actually happened in EFED Gaming. A lot of people don't know how big EFED Gaming is, man.
Yeah, you know what?
EW just happened to be what we're talking about and we're part of. And the only reason I mentioned GW and I choose GW over all of them is because of the views, man. The hard work we all put in to get where we're at right now, So,
and you know what? That promo was inspiring because shout out to Troy Andrews. He sent me like about a week or two ago. He sent me his own pipe bomb promo that he pulled on that administration that was with that company. They went and created another company, and Troy got screwed, kind of like the same way that I got screwed. Instead that it wasn't a Money in the Bank cash in, but it was more of he got attacked backstage by somebody who wasn't even officially signed.
Wow.
So Troy showed me his pipe bomb promo because my pipe bomb promo inspired him. So he did the same. He did the same thing I did. He took that CM Punk picture and put his face on it with the promo, the same way I did with Savage.
That's fire.
So it's like there's a lot of hateful people out there that if your character's better than theirs, they're gonna try to screw you over.
Of course, I got screwed over in another EFED that I joined, and
oh yeah,
I got screwed. Yeah.
That was bad business.
That was bad for business.
Yeah.
I believe Storm also got screwed there too. Yeah, he was part of it because Storm is like a superstar everywhere. You get what I'm saying? So I try to be like that. That's my
but
too.
back to and that's another thing. Back to Storm, like
right. Tell us more about Storm and how he inspired you to be Savage the creator, not Savage Vega the wrestler.
So Storm has helped me a lot, within these last, I think it's coming to a year almost. We're about to hit a year that we've been cool and everything like that, and we've been talking and we've been a tag team for nearly a year as well. So Storm is one of those that's very fucking talented, bro. Like this man is a fucking genius.
Yeah. Yo. Savage, we lost you. Yo. I think we lost Mr. Vega here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. It's just I switched to my car, so my freaking Bluetooth connected and all that stuff. So I was like, damn.
You know, you have to repeat everything you just said too.
Yeah,
right?
man. Shit. All right, no. So I'm saying like, so when it comes to Storm, if you know Storm is a talented motherfucker, bro.
Absolutely.
You know, he's a very talented man.
Genius.
Creative fucking genius, bro. And I tell him that all the time. Like, bro, you're a fucking creative genius, my man. Like,
he's a walking masterpiece. That's what I call it.
yeah, because when it comes down to whatever it is, it could be a logo, it could be an arena, it could be a character, it could be a moveset. Storm is fucking fire with it. You know, I got mad love for the kid, man. That man right there, I got mad love for him, man. And anybody fucks with Storm is gonna have to fuck with me because he knows that for a fact. I come to his defense for anything. If anybody comes at him, I'm coming too. Like not so long ago, there was a situation in a creative wrestler group. Somebody was coming at him. What happened? I went to war. I came in there reckless as fuck. Like, yo, you ain't gonna nah. We ain't doing that. You know.
We're not doing that yet.
Yeah,
that's right.
Even with that former company, we got into it. And what happened? Me, you, and a couple other GEW stars, we went into that chat and we went to that thread and we started going ham on these motherfuckers.
We raised hell on those motherfuckers. That's a fact.
You know?
Because you know what it is? We're family, man. We stick together here. So basically, like, the whole thing with Storm, shout out to Storm, man, you know, because he's a great fucking guy. Besides the role playing and the EFED game and all the shit that we're doing, because basically what we're doing is we're doing EFED gaming, and this is role playing to us.
Yep.
This is what we do when we have our free time.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, we do this to like keep our mind sane and doing what we love to do that we wish we could have done. Or, you know, we just have fun with our fellas, with the guys. You know
Yeah, because like many of the other guests you've had, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. I wanted to do wrestling myself. So this is my way of being some type of wrestler, you know. And you know, Storm has helped me to perfect Savage, the character. You know, when it comes to the aesthetics and the move sets, you know, I asked him for advice, like, yo, what kind of move set should I put? What kind of moves should I do this? Or if I had to, you know, ask him to help me out with some attire, like, yo, can you make some logos for the attire? Because I'm a creator, but my creation is not up to the same bar as Storm's is.
He's on a different level.
Yeah, he's on a different level.
And there's a lot of people like Storm out there. The thing is that the only reason I say not like creative wise, because the dude is like, you already know, he's your bro and he's a creator, and you already know, everybody who knows him knows that his shit is fire, right? The thing that I like about Storm is that this is a regular human being, bro, who's been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been through some shit, like personal shit, and I'm not gonna say exactly what personal shit he's going through, but let's just say the main thing that he's going through is mental health issues, right? And a lot of us, we sleep on that, man. Like, tell you the truth, I suffer from that shit myself. And the problem with that is that at first, I didn't believe in this shit. I was looking at it like, what? Mental health? Nigga, you can't be that stupid. You can't be that crazy. Like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? I was that type of guy. You get what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense. I was that type of guy.
Like, I'm gonna put myself out there with that because I also suffered through it. You know, the only ones that know about this recently have been A-Dot and Storm, but within the last few weeks, I've been battling depression. May not seem like it because I'm talking like normal and I'm acting like normal in the group chats and stuff like that. You're
basically doing what we all do. We hide it. We're role playing it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not taking it serious. We don't let it dominate us.
That's why they say always check on your friends that are smiling, because those are the ones that are probably suffering on the inside.
That's correct. That's correct.
But Storm is the man, though. Storm is the fucking man. I love you, bro. You know, Storm, I could say, is one of my online best friends, because I haven't met him in person. You know, we've been talking for over a year, almost a year, through Facebook and shit, and just chatting back and forth and bouncing ideas off each other. And
Right.
Storm is
You
one of my
guys know
best
what each other
friends.
looks like. You
Yeah,
guys know what each other look like, but you guys never met an actual person.
yeah,
It's like me
exactly.
and you, kind
Yeah,
of like me and you, kind of
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
So like you
Yeah.
guys, like you guys are like some of my best friends that I've met online. I've been in
That's
Atlanta. I've been living in Atlanta 7 years. I've been out here. And I can't sit down and tell you that I go to hang out with friends out here because I don't have any friends out here. I work and I go home. I don't trust nobody out here. I've tried to open up and got fucked over a couple
yeah.
times.
No,
So
it's like that. You can't always make friends in different places. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, I'm actually happy that I met guys like you guys, man. Like,
yeah,
and Storm included. So like that's what I was saying about the Storm shit, right? Like this man, like yo, he does this like creating thing as what we use our gimmicks in the GW world.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Like
hmm,
as an escape route. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So like you don't know what somebody's really dealing with. Like you said, man, just because you see me smiling and happy and laughing all the time doesn't mean I'm okay, man. Because remember, the Joker was a fucking
yeah,
psychopath, and he was always laughing and
yeah.
enjoying himself.
And
But you don't know
one
what kind
thing
of fun
is,
we're having. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
and another thing would be like, if somebody's gonna open up to people about what they're going through and what issues they have, it's not
We
fair.
should respect that.
Yeah, you
Yep.
should, you should respect that, and it's not fair to be throwing it in people's faces afterwards. Like, oh,
Right.
go do this or go do that, because he's been told on a couple of instances to go kill himself or go take his meds or some shit like that, and that's not
Right.
fucking
Right.
cool. That's not
That's
fucking
not
cool,
cool.
you know.
It's not. No, you're right. You're right. Shout out to the people that stood positive by people who actually hear shit like that. Because I tell people like I didn't like open up. I haven't even opened up in the podcast about what I really went through, my depression that I
Hmm.
had since before the pandemic and shit, right? But you guys know about it behind the scenes.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Because I told you guys, but. And I'm telling you, this shit is real, man. I
yeah,
just
it
never had
is.
like that. I never really had those thoughts of like, yo, fuck that. My life ain't worth living anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that people shouldn't think like that because people who think like that, man, like, God bless you guys, man. Because for real, like, I know it's rough, but there's always a better day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, tomorrow's a better day.
yep,
Maybe it comes because we wasn't spoiled that much when we were younger. That's where when I went to see a psychiatrist
hmm,
because I went to see one, they told me that depression and people who want to like kill themselves and shit like that, who feel like they should do damage to themselves, it's because they never got that attention they demanded when they were kids. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
that's not always true though, because
That's not always true.
because
That's correct.
I had a lot of
The
attention.
spoiled brats.
I had a
The
lot of
spoiled
attention.
brats.
My grandfather, who's not even my real blood grandfather. He raised me since day one. He's been there for
Right.
me since day one. So that's my grandfather. He's my mother's stepfather.
Gotcha.
But that man is my grandfather, and that man spoiled the fuck out of me. Bought me my wrestling
Yeah.
ring, took me to Toys R Us every weekend to go buy a new toy. Bought me
Right.
bought me my 64, bought me my bike, bought me clothes for the first day of school, nice sneakers.
Fire.
I had the
Shout out to your grandfather, man.
black and red Gore-Tex Nikes. You remember those
Yeah, I remember
with
the
the with the
Gore-Tex.
zippers, with the zipper in the
Yep.
front? Man, he
20 belows too.
yeah, man. ACGs.
Bow
My
jeans.
grandfather always had me, but it's still, but I still battle through the depression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
no, I
it,
mean
it's
everybody faces depression in a different manner, man.
hmm,
Like everybody feels it in a different way.
yes sir, yes
Like
sir.
my depression was more of a like the only way to cure it was like to
So to
damage
make
myself,
your
like
make your
doing
next
drugs
make your
and
exit.
yeah, like
Hmm.
I had a lot of like
I've had
bad
that.
thoughts.
I've had that too. I've had that too. We're on the same boat. I've had that too. Trust me. I got a scar on my forearm to prove it.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Like, I tell people that are dealing with this shit, this is what this show's about. Or we talk shit because we're friends and all that. And like, I interview you guys, I joke with you guys off the script. Like, I fuck around, but I never go personal with you guys. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
of
I will
course not.
say, like, I wouldn't talk about the man behind Savage Vega. I will talk about Savage Vega.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
exactly.
nigga, I will bust your fucking head open. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will kick your ass this way and that way, but
Even though you
I would
tried
never
twice,
go.
even though you tried twice and couldn't, but go ahead.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Khan too. Khan think he's slick, man. I got an ass whooping for both of you motherfuckers, and your boy Storm too. If he's listening, Storm, I'm coming for you, boy.
Oh,
Trust me. You ain't no king here.
oh,
I'm the king here.
let's not forget you tapped to 787 tonight.
Yeah, man. Shout out to 787, bro.
Oh man.
That's another thing before anything, right? Like, what do you see? You see a lot of more potential in this young man, or you see like he's like, all right, you're already there now. Now leave us alone.
Nah,
You get what I'm
if I,
saying? Like, if that makes sense.
if I didn't see any potential in 787, I wouldn't have recruited him to be in PRX.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people say that you recruited him to PRX considering the fact that he's Puerto Rican.
Well, that's a
That's
good
not the
reason.
case,
That's
right?
not the case. But if you go back to my first match, he's the one that got the victory.
That's correct.
He's the one that got the win. So there's potential. He has potential. It's just like it's been said before. I heard this before on the other podcast. He will put on a phenomenal match, but come up short.
Right.
He's not a closer.
He's not a closer. He don't have the closing genes. A lot of us don't have that.
Yeah, he's not a closer. So we're trying to fix around. Like, I just recently fucked with his moveset. His moveset's a little better now, but it's just the fact that he's not a closer. He's not closing properly. But once 787 gets on his groove and gets a streak going, it's gonna be a wrap for everybody because the kid's gonna be unstoppable. And I agree with, I forgot who it was that said it on the podcast, but 787 does much better in tag matches.
Yeah, and that goes the opposite for me. I feel like I don't do well in tag matches or in multiple men matches. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That like me, my guy, I feel like I dominate in a tag team setting, but I also do my thing in a single setting. It's the multi-man matches that fucks me over.
You don't think it's because Storm carried you?
Bro, Storm ain't carrying nobody. See, first of all, don't come with that. A lot of people want to think that shit, but no. If y'all watch our matches,
I had to.
yeah, motherfucker. If y'all watch our matches, you will see that there's an even balance. Me and Storm balance each other out in the ring. He's a light heavyweight, I'm a heavyweight. He's quick, I'm a hard hitter. So we balance each other out. So we're both literally carrying each other. We both made it to where we're at together
As a team.
as a team.
Yeah.
He just, Storm is back tonight. Storm came back tonight, fucking up his range.
Shout out to
his
Storm again for that promo.
So
that promo was amazing.
This tag team shit's about to get popping. I know we got the Young Guns coming up, and we got a couple other folks that want to take a crack at us. But I believe the Young Guns are the first in line. Shout out to Melo and Juju. I believe,
That's correct.
yeah,
Shout out to Melo and Juju. They're spicy kids.
Yeah, they're the first in line to get a title shot because they need to have their rematch. So we're ready. We're ready.
That's another. Before we even get to that tag team thing, right? The thing I was gonna ask too, like, how do you feel about, since you're a creator, if you create, some of us don't have the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you create a character for somebody and they're under the GW contract, because basically we told you, yeah, you can come to GW and we got you, we'll make you a guy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about you making that guy for somebody and that guy taking that character you made for them, exclusive GW character, he takes it to another EFED? What do you think about that?
Well, I take that as a slap in the face, honestly.
That's disrespect, right?
Yeah, I take that as a slap in the face, honestly. I'm gonna shout this person out because this is exactly what he did. Black Priest,
Yeah.
So Black Priest took that character and tried to and he's featured in a couple of EFEDs.
Shout out to Ego the Prince, by the way, for making that character happen.
Yeah,
that shit looks sick.
I mean, it's a dope ass character. He got called up. He was the last round to call up before this round from November to Remember because he put on a phenomenal show against Morningstar.
Yep. Shout out to KG also. I'm gonna have him on the show soon too.
Yes, sir. My man KG. Look, KG got one up on me. I admit it. Yes, but I put that man through hell in the ring. We put on some legendary matches, bro. That we made the game crash.
That's correct. I remember that.
Yeah, man, we made the fucking game crash in our match because we were just going back and forth and just fucking each other up.
You feel that if the game wouldn't have had crashed that night, you think you would have still been like the $1 billion champion?
It's hard to say because it could have went either way. Between me and Morningstar, it could have went either way. Because Morningstar is a great build. He has a great build to him, and he's a submission specialist, and his moveset works on parts of the body that he's gonna plant a submission on. So that match could have gone either. That match could have gone either way. I mean, I believe it was a ladder match, and I feel like I wanted to do a ladder match to try to take him out of his element. Get him out of the whole submission thing and trying to win by submission.
Right.
So that was my idea for that. But came up short. So it is what it is. We move on.
You don't blame nobody but 2K.
Yeah, 2K. I mean, that's the whole beauty of this. It's like you can't be mad if you lose. Because it's like,
that's correct.
It's like, why are you gonna get mad if you're losing? Like it's a fucking game. Like, oh, okay,
And that's another thing that I didn't ask you in the first episode. Like, when it comes to certain talents losing matches like that, and they get upset. They're like, "Oh man, you know what? I'm done with this company. Like, this company sucks." How do you feel? Like, you feel like that's disrespect too? Because
that's childish. That is absolutely childish.
Why you say that?
Because that's like a kid throwing a tantrum. Oh, I lost. I don't want to play no more. Like back in the day, you're playing with that one kid that's a sore loser, and you're playing Street Fighter, and you're busting his ass, and you keep busting his ass and keep busting his ass. He's like, I don't want to play with you no more. And then he walks out and goes back home.
Takes his controller with him. And just leaves. I don't want to play no more, and then just bounces. So that's how I see it. It's childish. Like, why are you gonna be like that? It's a game. We have no control over the outcomes of the matches. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? True.
So that's why, like, at this point where I'm at, I mean, you've noticed I've calmed down my shit talking lately. There's only one person I really come at because he irks my soul, but
who's that?
TBG.
Oh, shout out to TBG.
As we know, I don't want to work with him. I don't ever, because it's just a headache. Because he's one of those types, like, oh, can't take a loss. Can't take losing, because if you lose, it's like, oh, you cheated or you did this or did that. Like the other day, he said something about I forgot who it was that he said that Joker, sadistic Joker in the match, that he cheated and he was taking his pins, his pinfalls and shit. I'm like, that's not cheating. And he was like, oh yeah, it is. They're like, that's in character. I'm like, bro, but that's not cheating. If you knocking the man down and somebody else goes for the pin, he's taking advantage. It's not cheating.
Stop bitching.
Yeah, it's like, stop complaining. Stop trying to find a way to make it seem. Stop trying to find an excuse for why you lost. Pretty much.
And let me expose the real reason why you don't want to work with him. Don't think it's because you don't like the dude or whatnot, right? It's not that.
Nope.
The real reason is he said a comment about FEW
that rubbed me the wrong fucking way.
It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Not only you.
Yeah.
And you should have been the one that's been more upset because it's your shit.
Can I give the backstory to this? Can I give the backstory?
That's the answer I'm looking for. I want the backstory.
All right. So, as we know, some of us know, when FEW first started, we didn't have a lot of people.
Correct.
So, we had some people contribute. Why the fuck is so many cops in my complex? Holy shit. But, all right, we had some people contribute fill-in characters, characters that were going to stay in FEW. So,
and they officially stayed in FEW.
Yeah, they officially stayed. They're mainstays.
They're only there because they need somebody for the main characters to have like a fight with. Like, sometimes you can't book everybody.
Yeah.
So you figured, we got to fill in for you to.
Yeah, and it was
fight this guy in,
it was only until we got more people involved with FEW.
Correct.
So, therefore, he had a character. A Dot cut off his characters. A Dot said, you're not bringing no more characters in here, because if it was up to him, he'd have his own army in there.
He'll be the whole universe. Will be all his characters.
Exactly. So A Dot gave him a limit, but I talked A Dot into. I was like, how about he could submit somebody as a fill-in for FEW. His villain was Sinister. Sinister had a good matches. He had a couple great matches. You know, he was doing his thing, but we started getting more people involved. So as we got more people involved, the villains started getting pushed back.
Yeah.
So
and now, and remember, I'm about to cut you off. And remember, guys, like the reason he's not cutting you off, he's basically doing this to everybody who has a feeling. Because I had a feeling, A Dot himself has a feeling, and you don't see these feelings in there. You don't even see your feelings, the guys you created.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's like we're trying to be fair.
Yeah,
to everyone and stuff.
there are some villains that I've kept that I haven't deleted that I don't want to delete, just simply because I need them for certain divisions. So like the fly,
Right.
like the fly and the mosquito and bodega bam, I got them down there because one, and Tolo's guy Wildside, because they're representing the PRX of GEW, Wildside and bodega bam and De Jesus and
Yep.
King Diego, but those are real characters, King De Jesus and King Diego, De Jesus and King
Gotcha.
Diego. But you know,
It's just
Wildside, I liked him. He's a member of PRX. He hasn't been presented yet. He's gonna make his re-debut soon. But I kept him because
Nice.
one, I need the guys for the flyweight division. We have a flyweight division, cruiserweight division, if you may. So
That's right.
I kept a couple guys for that. I kept a couple guys for the tag team division. As you've seen last week's show, this past Saturday's show, I had a tag team match with one of the fill-in tag teams, the Samoan Society, because I don't have
Shout out
those
to
tag
my
teams.
society.
You know,
Yep.
right now,
Yeah, no, I get it.
some fill-ins are my fill-ins are the tag team champions, Carnival, Basham and Bart. The Mosquito just recently won the flyweight title, which is also my character. You know, but other characters I had to get rid of. So Sinister was one of those characters I had to get rid of. And when I told him that in the chat, I was like, oh, I had to delete Sinister to make room for other people. And what came up with that was like,
Wrong way.
he took it up the ass, because he was like, oh, Sinister left that bum ass developmental league, that whack ass, that trash ass developmental league. I was like, oh hell, motherfucking nah, you ain't
No,
nah. We ain't doing that.
You see, that was the comment right there, folks. Whoever's listening, you're wondering what was the comment said.
Yeah, so
Bingo.
it was basically, you know, oh, because I deleted you, you want to say that freaking my league is a trash ass developmental league when you were beasting to be on it, when you wanted to be on it, you wanted to have a guy so bad on there that I practically had to convince A Dot to let him do it.
Yeah, man. You know, it's no disrespect to Dribble, but you can't be coming out like that, brother.
Nah, he lost my respect for that one.
Really?
He lost my respect for that one, because you know I may come at him and call his because you know he has his own little league going on. So you know I may joke around and be like, oh yeah, the Crayola league, because all his guys are so colorful. But not once did I say, oh yeah, your trash ass league, or your trash ass wrestlers, or your trash ass. You know, if I say his wrestlers are bums or garbage, you know that's I'm talking about the bad guys, Cain and Abel, trash, basura.
Gotcha.
I'm not talking about your league. I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about your characters. But you want to come at my league that I run because I deleted you, bro. Not rocking.
Yeah,
you lost my respect.
Because he's not talking about your character now. He's talking about your creation.
Yeah, and as you know, FEW is my baby.
That, of course, that's your creation. So basically, it's like, yo, dude, you're trying to say that my shit is garbage and this shit is actually popping. Like, I don't understand where you're coming from. This is hate.
Yep.
So I get what you're saying. And talking about creations, right? So, when you make your creations, do you have like a I don't know, like inspiration, something like to make those characters? Maybe like a movie or like a show, a series, or anything like that. Maybe comic books or something that you get the inspiration to make your creations.
Some of my creations could be it all depends on the creation. So it's like, you know, when A Dot presented the Fly as a fill-in, I was like, yo, bro, I'm about to create a character and name him the Mosquito, and then they could be a tag team. Which the Fly and the Mosquito were in the tag team championship tournament, and they won their first match, but they got bumped in the second round. But you know, It all
That's what happens
depends.
when you got two bums named the Fly and one named the Mosquito. It's like, what you expect?
The
It's
the
Pokemons, right?
the fly boys, man. Don't hate on the fly
The Fly
boys.
Boys, the
The
Buzzers. Huh?
the but yeah, but inspiration comes from anything, bro. Like, I have I have an Irish tag team called the Shamrock Syndicate. Um, I felt like I just got inspired by that from like a Sheamus type of situation, Sheamus and Drew
Fire. Oh,
McIntyre type of thing.
gotcha. So like basically, like when you talk Savage Vega, your gimmick, right? Where do you get that gimmick from? Like you got it inspired by an old wrestler from your favorite wrestlers, or maybe I don't know.
The name Savage, because before the wrestling name Savage, the wrestling name used to be Crazy Joker, which is now Loco,
Crazy
which is now
Joker.
Loco.
Okay.
Loco, which Loco was pretty much evolved into Savage.
Mm,
So,
okay.
I just separated them, So I separated the two personas. So Loco is like my crazy persona, and also was my backyard wrestling persona. Crazy Joker was my
Gotcha.
backyard wrestling persona. The Savage ending that I had, and the first Savage ending that I had, that Cody Rhodes, type of move.
Yep.
That was actually my finisher in backyard wrestling, and I called it the psychosomatic.
That's fire. See this the creation, man. It just keeps like you're quick with it. I told you this before behind the scenes too. I'm like, yo, dude, you're quick with this shit. Because I remember I came to you for like an idea for like, because I only know one character. I only know you only know me as DBD. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like, and the only reason I keep on continuing with DBD is because I made DBD when I was like 13 years old. That's
Mhm.
when like WrestleMania 2000 came out, and
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's how long Loco has been out.
that's what I'm saying,
aka
right?
Crazy Joker, has been out since WrestleMania 2000. No Mercy, and even Revenge, because those were the first ones that came out, was Revenge
That's correct.
and World Tour, and
I remember like yesterday. You couldn't create a guy. You had to use like the guy that was already there, like
yeah,
a template.
yeah. So
You know what
like
I'm saying?
that was the beauty of Revenge. Revenge was like, they had those fill-in characters, those Aki Man and the Frankenstein
Yeah,
nigga, and
yep, yep.
so I would turn one of those guys into Crazy Joker and do it my way, and I'll have my guy created in the game. And then when WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy came out, when you could actually create your own character down to the detail, and I don't know if you remember, but it used to take hours to create a fucking guy in No Mercy. It would take
Yeah,
us. It would take me hours to get everything right, and especially the move sets. Oh my god, if we think the move sets now, working on move sets now is a bitch, bro, go back to No
uh,
Mercy and create a move set.
that's correct.
And I still have the game, and I was actually just playing it like maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I was getting ready to create a guy, and I was like, you know what, nah, fuck this. I'm not
I
dealing
can't
with
do
that.
this.
I'm
I
not
don't have
doing
the
the move
patience.
set, not the move
It's the
set.
graphics. I think to me it's the graphics. Like
No,
if I was to throw that shit on right now, like I see it, I'm like, yo, I can't do
oh
this.
no,
Like,
I played it perfectly fine. Like the graphics just gave me nostalgia. It was like, damn, man, I remember. It just took me back to a better time. You know,
yeah, man. It's like I can't play. I can't go back and play. If I can go back to play any video game from back in the days, I would say I would go back with like. If I can go back to Nintendo 64, I would definitely play Mario Kart because that shit was a classic. And the best game of all time, which a lot of people don't mention, Zelda, the gold one.
oh, bro. Well, right now you have access to that because they kind of remastered it for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
So the
really?
Nintendo Switch, on the Nintendo Switch Online, they have the subscription where you get the regular subscription for $20 a month, and then the other subscription for $50 a month. And the regular subscription comes with the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo games that you can play. They bring out games every so often, every couple months or so. They'll put out a new game so that you could play Punch Out, Super Punch Out. You know,
Wow,
they
Mike
got,
Tyson and
and
shit.
with the $50 subscription, you get to do the N64 online and the Sega Genesis. So with the N64 so
Wow.
far, they have Mario Kart, they have the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, one of my favorite games. I'm actually at the castle right now trying to beat Ganondorf. Um, they
Crazy,
got
man.
they got Majora's
Brought
Mask.
it back.
They just put up Mario Party 1 and 2. They put up Mario Tennis. And 2023 is gonna be a big year. Oh, and they put up Pokemon Snap. But 2023 is going to be a big year for it because they're going to put up GoldenEye. They're remastering GoldenEye for the Switch. Then they're doing the other Mario parties, and they're doing the Pokemon stadiums, bro. What? I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I'm lit. I'm waiting for that one. Pokemon Stadium was my shit.
Yeah, I could tell you about Pokemon, like blue, red, yellow.
Yo, yeah.
Me and Zay, we was going in back in the days, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zay, bro.
I got Pokemon Blue version, but the Game Boy that I have, the battery part is corroded, so I gotta take it somewhere so they can fix it.
Yeah, man. If I try to look for like a Game Boy Color and like those games,
expensive
as fuck. I'm like, yo, man, if I only knew to value this shit back when I had it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also back to the name thing. So Savage, the name Savage, came about. I'm a Macho Man Randy Savage fan. You know, I always loved.
I was ready to ask you that. Like, you had to come from like Macho Man or something. Right?
Yeah. I was a big Macho Man fan. I loved Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, my uncle would be laying down in bed, and I'd climb on the dresser and hit him with the elbow. I'm like 4 or 5 years old, and I'm jumping off the freaking doing. And then after I get up, I'm like, ooh yeah, you know. I was a kid, you know, and then I got into the whole Shawn Michaels thing, and I'll be super kicking, and that's where the ponytail comes into play. You know, the long hair comes into play, you know.
Gotcha.
So it's like this different aspects of different wrestlers that I grew up loving, you know. Like, I'm a big fan, and my promo game, I have to credit the man himself, rest in peace. My motherfucking favorite person to do a promo is fucking Dusty Rhodes, bro.
The legend.
Dusty Rhodes is my favorite person. That like, his promos were deep. He knew he had a great way of talking, you know. Yeah. And I've studied a lot of his stuff to do my promos.
It's funny you say that, because I kind of took Ric Flair's kind of promo gimmick kind of thing. Because the way I do my promos and talks, like when I talk shit and I do my trash talking gimmick, it's like real life shit, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The only thing is he came out with some like fancy shit, like, you know, gator shoes.
Yeah.
And
he was a flashy motherfucker.
Right. I tried that, but I'm more of a badass. I'm more like what Roman Reigns is now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with the Stone Cold mentality, because I felt like I cannot be beat.
Yeah.
Even if I get my ass whooped, I go out there and I'm like, yo, fuck that, I ain't losing.
See, a lot of people's favorite wrestlers stem from like the Attitude Era, you know.
Oh yeah, but if you're gonna ask me any questions about who's my favorite wrestler of all time, I'm gonna mention Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he's from the Attitude Era, and not only that, but I grew up in the golden era, like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, all that shit, right?
Hulk Hogan was the main reason I fell in love with wrestling.
Of course, me too.
I was taking my vitamins and saying my prayers.
I didn't do the whole vitamin and drinking juice shit, because I was more like, I saw Ric Flair and I was like, maybe I want to fuck some bitches. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I want to maybe I want to do some drugs. You know? So I looked at it like, Ric Flair. Man, Ric Flair's got to be the greatest of all time.
Ric Flair is one of the greatest of all time. Of
course.
Man.
So then you know
and a lot of people also count out Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You know,
they don't even mention that, man.
No, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was the fucking man. I mean, come on, the greatest. I think till this day, the greatest match of all time was, I believe, was it SummerSlam or WrestleMania 3? Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage for the Intercontinental title.
Wow,
one of the greatest matches of all time. Greatest matches. There was a lot of technicality in that match, and a lot of back and forth in that match.
Well, if you got Peacock, you can go back and watch.
Bro, you already know. I got Peacock. I got Impact Plus. Man, I'll be watching my wrestling shit all the time, man. I'll be going back and watching shit.
I went back not too long ago. I'm in 1999 right now. I started in 97 with the Bret Harts and Shawn Michaels, the early feuds, and I got past all that. Now I'm in the Attitude Era, officially 1999. I'm in episode 2 of SmackDown. So what I do is I watch Raw and I watch SmackDown right after the Raw show, because they connect. You know what I'm saying? So
now another person that's incorporated within my Savage character, and it's funny because fucking Zay calls me this shit all the time. But fucking Razor Ramon,
Razor
you
Ramon.
know,
Can't forget about Razor Ramon.
he was also one of my favorites. You know, I'd be walking around the house, man. I almost poked my sister's eye out with a fucking throwing a toothpick at her.
That's crazy.
So you know,
Yeah.
I was, you know, Razor Ramon also plays a factor in my character as well.
Well, he got a little something. DVD got a little something in him too, because I got the jewelry part from him. Because I
Yeah,
always felt like I like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this nigga's Hispanic. He wasn't really Hispanic.
he
Was
wasn't.
playing that.
He was a
gimmick.
white guy. He was a white
But-
boy
He was a white boy,
with
but
a
he played
scar
that shit smooth.
with a
man.
Scarface gimmick.
Yeah, the Scarface gimmick, man. I remember he used to tell her like the ring, whatever you call that guy who rings the bell. He used to always give him like, you know, when you give them your
Oh,
accessories,
So he gave him
he
the
used to tell
chain.
them. He gave him the chains. He's like, if something happens to this, something happens to you. And then he throw the toothpick at him, like bang. I'm like, yo, this nigga's badass, bro. Like, you cannot tell me Razor Ramon wasn't badass.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So-
Definitely wasn't. I mean,
Yeah.
a person who was really good with gimmicks back in those days was also not a lot of people give him credit for it, but he's a fucking legend himself. But the Godfather, you know,
Oh, of
he
course.
went through
Papa Shango.
Papa
He went through
Shango.
a lot of gimmicks.
Kama Mustafa.
Kama
You know,
Mustafa,
when
yep.
they stole the Undertaker's urn and fucking melted it.
Yep.
You know, so it's like it's a lot of people. Like my list of top tens, you know, like if I would say a top 10, my list would be like a lot of the older guys from, you know, probably the golden era to the probably the pre-attitude era. You know, so guys like Steamboat, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Sting, fucking Larry Zbyszko. You know, like
Wow.
like you know they're
You're going crazy now, buddy. You're going crazy now,
bro.
bro.
When like I said, when I tell you guys I love wrestling, bro, I love wrestling. I love wrestling.
Clearly.
I know so much. I could be a fucking wrestling historian, you know, with the knowledge that I have about wrestling. You know, it's just my passion.
Yeah, man. I wish you can carry that to your skills in the ring. Maybe you can fucking win a couple fights that matter. You know?
Well, I don't know. I whipped your ass a couple times, so you know.
Really, I don't remember seeing that on a Tuesday or Thursday. I must say.
well, we could make it happen. I ain't got no stories going on right now,
I've
but
been dying for this to happen. I've been dying for this, and now, tell you the truth, man, I like your brother Khan, but now this motherfucker he's gonna have to get it too.
Talucio,
Storm-
Con
Talucio,
Talucio.
Talucio Khan. So that's it. He's getting the DBD ass whooping. You don't want those DBD ass whoopings. You guys know those ass whoopings mean a lot in GW. And another one too, like, you know, like I would like to shout out also Ego the Prince, man, because like he said something like really that touched me, that I felt like, yo, that's actually accurate, and I was actually hoping people saw that, but they didn't. But he saw it. He said that win or lose, like the DBD character, like makes people bigger than what they are in the show.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Oh, I
that
caught
makes
that.
sense,
I caught that.
right?
Pretty,
Because
pretty much, you make the talent.
I make the talent, right? It's like nobody knew who the fuck Ego the Prince was until that Buried Alive match. Like they knew who he was, obviously, Alexander Valentine, whatever.
No, I'm
But,
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. After that Buried Alive match, that's when he came
blew up.
he came into himself pretty much.
Right. His character grew. Then after that, you notice that he came into he has the Midas thing going. He has the original gods. Everybody got belts now. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like the story when it
let's
involved
clear
me
the
in the
air.
storyline, it worked.
Let's clear the air about the Midas thing. So Midas, just to clear the air for the viewers, for the fans, and anybody else who doesn't understand,
Of course.
Midas is not a faction. Midas is a management company, a created character management company, where whoever's under Midas, he tries to fit them in places. So there's a couple more. Apparently, he got a couple more guys that he just signed to Midas. A couple more friends of his that he's creating for FEW to make their start in FEW. So Midas is just it's not a faction. It has nothing to do with GEW. His faction is the OGs, the original gods.
Right. So basically, you can like, somebody from any other E-Fed can come up and find a Midas card and be like, hey, can you create me a guy? But it's not for GEW, it's for somewhere else, and that'll be okay.
See, that'll be on him. That's his.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like, is that was
It's,
basically
it could be something like that. Yeah, like
Gotcha.
it could be something like that.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's why the whole Black Priest situation.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But I don't
you
think
know,
he liked that whole Black Priest situation.
no,
'Cause
he didn't.
a lot of us didn't like it, and he was like, "Yo, this is disrespect, bro. Like, I'll take
Yeah,
my character back." You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
everything I worked out, so
yeah.
we're good
So
now.
it is good. I mean, I know Black Priest hasn't really debuted yet on GEW, but he should be making his debut soon. I believe A Dot said he should be making his debut soon.
Yeah,
It's just we've had all
I
this going on with the clones and Champion of the Year, so it's been a lot of stuff going on lately. So and the Queen of the Ring and stuff like that. So there's been a lot of stuff going on lately that he hasn't been able to feature them, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be featuring them. Shout out to the call ups of FEW.
word up, and
They'll
not
be-
only that, but shout out to Miss Dance again because we're gonna get a Miss Dance show, ladies and gentlemen.
I've been
We
waiting
gotta,
for that, man.
it's coming.
I
It's
know.
coming.
I've
We
been
just
I've been
wait.
dying for it.
That was like my one of my last two questions that I asked for you, right? That I
Mhm.
have for you is that how do you feel about the whole demonic nightmares / clones storyline? They just came out of nowhere, it popped, and it's a hit.
Well,
So
well, it,
how do you feel about it? Like,
well, it came out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like arcadish. I'm gonna say it like that, like an arcade game, like Saturday Slam Fest, or Saturday Night Slam Masters, with characters like that, kind of,
Gotcha.
like cartoony. But I've been feeling the direction it was going. I'm a part of that too, but my story is a little different than everybody else's. In the sense that I got attacked by Rain in the locker room, and
Right.
my DNA was extracted to create my clone because they
What's your
couldn't.
clone's name?
Darth Vega.
Darth Vega.
Yeah. So
Heard it
my
here first.
so my clone was made from my DNA pretty much because they couldn't capture me. I escaped Rain's attack, but he somehow grabbed like a strand of hair or some shit and grabbed my DNA somehow, and they made that clone of me. So that's how my story is, because all the other clones that are cloned, all their original characters have disappeared. Because they
Gotcha.
were captured and they're being held somewhere. So that's how that story goes. But I like this. At first, I was a little iffy about it, but then I was like, you know what, this is pretty dope. Let me see what I could do to help out. I haven't been able to do much lately because I've been dealing with my mental health issues, and I've been regressed, from a lot
Nah,
of
man.
the stuff, and I've been
Shout out to you, man, for real. Nah, that's important. You
yeah.
always gotta
So
think about yourself first.
I haven't really dropped promos or anything like that like I usually do, and I've just been on the back burner. I haven't really been in the chats like that as often. I'll pop in
Yeah,
and see what's going
if
on.
you notice, me too. I just dropped a promo like a few days ago, and that was like one in a while because it's and like
Yeah,
you know me. I'm always one of the most active motherfuckers in the league, and
yeah. I think the last promo I dropped was maybe like 2-3 weeks ago when I was addressing the whole clone situation and when my clone was presented. So it was
gotcha.
about 2-3 weeks ago. That was when Darth Vega attacked Zay in the back. You know.
That's why like I felt the same way you felt about the clone thing. When I first came out, I was confused about it. I was like,
Mhm.
what's going on, right? And then it like not only did it grow on me, but I noticed that it took GW to like a new
Yeah,
notch. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. And
when
then
it
you
came to
got.
storylines and
I
shit.
mean, I
So
believe you had Spicy. Spicy's the spearhead. He's the main idea of that story.
I always say
And
Erebus is, but all right, I keep
no,
hearing Spicy because I
yes,
know Spicy is the one making the videos and stuff, but
Oh,
I
and he's
think the
been doing a great
mastermind
job.
behind the storylines was somebody else. But
Nah, he's been doing a great job with those videos,
amazing
man.
job,
Amazing job.
amazing.
Very, very talented when it comes down to making those videos. Much
Of
credit to you.
course,
Shout out to Spice. But
shout out to
yeah,
Spicy for real.
Spicy's the one that has spearheaded that. He's the one that brought the idea forward, from my understanding.
He kind of saved the brand because the brand was more like it was looking like it was being recycled, like when it came to gimmicks,
Mm,
and this not
I
recycled like that, not like but I mean
yeah.
like what you would call it, like it was getting predictable. if it makes sense. You get
What
what I'm saying? Like,
predictable in the sense of what, like matches being made and stories being made and
right.
stuff
Well,
like that.
yeah.
I mean,
We
it's
wasn't moving on from the stories.
all right.
Like for
So
example,
I'm
like
gonna disagree with you there. I'm gonna disagree with you there.
okay,
I'm gonna disagree with you in the sense that it's you know, everything with the stories and stuff that we had going, it was pretty good. But this just this clone thing just threw a curveball. You know what I'm saying?
it threw. Yeah,
It just
it
threw a
was unexpected.
curveball. It was
It was unexpected.
unexpected. It was, you know, it just threw a curveball at everything. And you know, it made things a little more interesting because now you got Z Dot involved, and Z Dot's over here. He's the clone
Making
of A Dot, and he's making matches. He's in control. He's sending
yep,
people to
yep.
attack people in the back. He's sending people to attack people in the beginning of their matches. What was it, last week or the week before? It was that I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. We had a show, and the one that show was pretty much all everybody getting attacked in the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
Most of the matches were somebody getting attacked by one of the clones. You know,
Yeah,
so
that surprise show was that's basically what it was, and that's what I told him behind the scenes. I was like, "Yo, man, you should make like with this gimmick that you guys are doing, like it's awesome, but keep it the way you're doing it. Like, don't let these guys fight one-on-ones and shit like that because then if they lose, it's like it ruins like their like momentum where their story was going. You know what I'm saying? Like if
yeah,
that makes sense. So.
yeah.
I like the thing. The only thing I didn't like about it was like it slowed down a couple titles and a couple like tag team matches because we didn't get to see Savage Storm like defend their tag team titles. It felt like you guys are hiding behind those belts and shit, and
Oh no, there was no hiding. You know damn well we don't hide. You know damn well we don't hide from nobody. We don't hide from no
There's
fight.
two of them I threw at you, bro. You know how I do.
Yeah, motherfucker. You know we don't hide from no fights. So you know we always open for a fight. You know you want to challenge us. You know get yourself a #1 contendership. Come at us. Because you know I'm also not a fan of people skipping lines. You know I believe Hopkins. I believe Hopkins said that in his podcast. In his interviews, you know, he's not a fan of people skipping lines. I'm not a fan of people skipping lines. Like, how you gonna come in and want to be in the bottom of the barrel, but then come up and be like, boom, I want a title shot. You know,
And
like
that's
let's say
funny.
you lose
Now that's
5
funny you
matches.
say that because he was right. Think about that because if you look at it, David Pope hasn't won a fight since he lost the title.
Yeah, but you know,
Reign, and I thought David Pope was the future, man. I thought he was gonna be the next Hopkins, the next Storm.
I mean,
next,
it's a momentum
you know,
thing though. It's a momentum thing though. But you know what the fucking fact is that I gotta say that my call ups from FEW that have gone to GEW, a lot of them have won their debut matches.
that is correct.
Most
Except
of,
Tyler Jones, like you said earlier.
except for Tyler Jones that who jumped on the
Tyler
DWO
Jones,
bandwagon.
but Tyler Jones did something that a lot of us couldn't do. You know what that is?
What's that?
Beat Texan Tornado
Well, yeah,
1-on-1
and dirty.
and dirty. Shout
Yeah,
out to Dirty Sanchez and shout out to Texan Tornado, man.
yeah. But yeah, shout out to both of
All right,
those,
well,
man. But them
hey,
folks.
this is my final question.
All right, give it to me.
Who is the biggest threat for Savage Vega right now?
The biggest threat.
You because I know you're gonna fight him regardless. You'll fight that person like fuck it. I'm still gonna fight because you're a fighter, you're
Right.
a warrior, you're the myth, the legend, But somebody that deep inside will be like, you know what? I won't be surprised if I lose this match.
Would it be? Does it have to be somebody that I fought already, or somebody that I haven't fought yet?
It's like somebody that will be your biggest threat. That that it's not gonna be easy to get that win. But if you do, then you consider yourself the man because you're like, yo, I beat this person that I'm about to mention, and by me beating this person, just makes me feel like I'm who I am. Get what I'm saying? Like somebody that be like, yo, I'm not scared, but I'll think twice before even calling you out or even trying to get booked against you. It could be anybody.
Well, yeah, that's a That's a hard one. 'Cause I don't feel nobody's a fucking threat to me. But
It's a
if I
tough
had
one,
to,
right?
if I had to
Yeah,
pick,
I told you, man. I had
I
a
got.
main question for you, and this is it.
All right, so I'm gonna bring this down to two. There's two of them, and
Okay.
they're both within the same faction.
Boom. Even
And
better.
the first one I'm gonna say is Caleb Hopkins.
Yikes.
I think Caleb Hopkins. I mean, I would love to see a match between me and Caleb Hopkins. I know it's supposed to happen on Fight Club soon, but I want to see it in GEW. You know,
You consider
uh,
that a dream match or
that would probably be a dream match, yeah.
okay?
And the
Count that as
second
both.
and the second one, you already know is gonna be the top dog Zay. We're both we both got to win over each other.
Yeah, you're 1-1.
We're 1-1 right now, so I beat him non-title match, but I couldn't beat him when it mattered. You know,
Right.
and and it's like you said, not a lot of people mention Zay, and a lot of people sleep on Zay, but Zay went back into the lab with his guy, and he did his fucking shit with him.
Bro, it's like I don't think he's even beatable right now.
I mean,
So
you
much
can't
work
say
he
that.
did with.
Can't say
No,
that because
I
everybody's
mean,
beatable.
everybody's beatable. I could whoop his ass. I know that for a fact. But I'm just saying he looks unbeatable.
Yeah, but Zay went back into that
I would
lab,
like to see. Well,
and he did his fucking thing.
yeah, I know I'm not supposed to mention. I know I'm not supposed to mention this, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. And A Dot said don't do it, but I'm gonna do it. Shout out to A Dot again.
Hmm.
I want to see my dream match right now would be Storm versus Zay for the World Heavyweight title.
I agree with that. And I'm
Yep.
not saying that just because Storm is a part of PRX and my tag team
No,
partner,
of course not. Of course
but
not.
even
Because
like I said before, my whole crew eats even if I starve. And I would like to
right.
see one of my guys become a world champion, even if it's before me.
That's crazy. That's crazy you say that, man, because you're so fucking right, bro. Like it's hard to run a faction, like to be a leader of a faction. I do better not as a follower. I'm not saying a follower. I'm not saying that but like I look at my character more like I don't deserve to be a leader of anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I
Mhm.
should just lead myself into wherever I go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like it's
Like, look,
not
I'm gonna break it down like this for you, right? So,
being a faction
Zay,
leader is not easy.
yeah, Zay always comes at me. Zay always comes at me like, oh, you don't push your guys, you don't do this, you don't do that. You know why? Because I don't have to. I don't
They
have
speak for
to.
themselves. The
They
talent
speak
speaks for
for
themselves.
themselves. I don't have to go to A Dot and beg A Dot to get somebody a title shot. Oh, A Dot, I need you to give Khan a shot at the title, or A Dot, I need you to give Storm a shot at this title. Like, I don't need to do that because my
Well,
guys do
that's
it
what
themselves.
you don't need to do that, but you have to do that
I
because you're the
don't.
leader.
Nah, I
You
don't
know what
have
I'm
to do
saying?
that because why am I gonna go and beg for title shots or beg for certain matches when my guys can handle their own and they're proven and they're earning their shots. I don't
That's
have to
true
go. I don't have to
Yeah,
go
that's
be
true
like,
too.
yo, get to. He's doing his shit. Let him do his shit. I'm gonna let him rock. I don't have to push my guys. My guys push themselves. They put themselves out there. They show their talent. They show their creations and how good their creations are. How good their talent is in the ring. They've proved it. Look at Khan. Khan was just recently a 2-belt champion.
That's true.
Storm is a multiple time champion.
That's
Me,
true.
I'm a multiple time tag team champion and a one-time $1 billion champion. I've only won one singles title. You know,
I'm only a 3-time, well, 2-time $1 billion champion. That's it.
yeah. So I've only held one singles title. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind. Myself going after the King of the Cage title or the
Nice.
FTW title or even the Intercontinental title or the social media title, the multimedia title. Excuse me. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
going after any of those. You know.
And talking about that too, like I don't want anybody to feel any type of way, but shout out to Ego the Prince because, bro, he came out his shell, and this motherfucker's putting in the work. He's a
Yep.
creative genius. Also, he's out there doing a lot of shit. We got something big
Yep.
planned for him coming out soon too for the Global Studios movement. Stay tuned for that. Not
Yep.
gonna give anything yet because we're still to be decided on the name. Well, actually, I think the name is already official, but
Yeah,
uh,
I think I mentioned it earlier.
yeah,
The GEFC.
GEFC coming soon. But we'll talk about that another time, or
Yes,
maybe
sir.
I'll try to get him on the show, something too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe we can have a Savage Vega on this and that part 3. What do you say?
Hey, man, let's build to it because there could be a lot more shit to talk about.
There's a lot shit more that I want to say right now,
and
but it's
and
just we don't want to drag it. But
yeah, and I always keep it 3 stacks.
3 stacks, fuck that, boy. Keep it 100, and you just earned yourself another golden ticket to ask me any questions you want, in character or out, and I'm willing to answer them. And I cannot lie, no cap in my answer. So, you got any, or you want to save that for another time?
I got one.
Let's hear it.
What the fuck were you thinking making Bombshell a fucking gravedigger?
Ooh, shout out to RJ Bombshell.
And and after that, I got one more.
All right, you can have as many as you want. RJ Bombshell. The reason I chose him as a gravedigger, like I told you, and I told A Dot behind the scenes, I think the guy deserves to be called up. 1, 2 is I like the energy he brings to the whole EFED community that we got going. Our EFED, like, he could be a part of other ones, and like he reminds me a lot about you as well, because he's not for the creativity part, because a lot of us, we don't have that gene like you and Fresh Prince and Storm and everybody, but
Oh, he's a good creator himself.
he creates. He got a good like
But
storyline ideas. He got a good gimmick, and I like that about him. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he could stick to the one gimmick, like you guys say,
yeah, his
then
only issue.
that's his only issue. But if he could figure that out, which he says he did, I think he's gonna go all the way. I think he could be one of the biggest stars that we've seen in GW. So
Yeah, he just got to
that's
stick
how I
with
feel
one.
about
You
that.
got to stick with one thing. That's about it.
I think he figured himself out. I think he got it. I think he
Yeah. You know how many
We'll see.
redesigns of Bombshell I've got.
We'll see. Like I said, it's still too
Shout out
exciting.
RJ Bombshell, man. I love you,
Shout
bro.
out to RJ. Yeah, for sure, man. The nigga's a good dude, bro.
Yeah, he just he appreciates the fact that I don't hold my tongue back, so he appreciates that a lot. 'Cause I tell him how it is. I keep it real with him all the time. I'll be like, no, stop your bullshit, stop it.
Like a big bro.
Yeah, so he definitely looks to me when he has any answers or questions, or he needs somebody to give him a taste of reality. He'll come to me and he'll be like, yo, I appreciate you for being the way you are with me and shit like that, because I'm extremely blunt. I'm extremely blunt.
And not only that, man, but you gotta give him his props too, man. You don't know what he's
Yeah, of
dealing
course.
with too, like outside of the whole role playing shit that we
Yeah,
do.
of course.
And he's also an autism dad, so
We are autism dads, all 3 of us.
that's right. Shout out to what we got planned coming soon too. We're not gonna spoil it, but
Oh no, we're not smaller than that. That's gonna be a big deal.
It's gonna be real big, real big.
Facts. All right, my second question.
Let's hear it.
All right. So chat last week, I seen the Miss Alicia, Princess Alicia. Shout out Princess Alicia. Nothing
Shout out
against
to
her.
Princess Alicia. Yep.
But
Shout out to Princess Alicia.
I've seen the whole situation of her being a gravedigger, and I stated my opinion, and it got a little blown out of proportion. So, what's the deal with that? With Alicia being a gravedigger? Because I feel that she doesn't fit the aesthetic of the gravediggers.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna answer you. No cap. Here we go. Princess Alicia. The reason I took Princess Alicia in is because we have, technically, we have girls that are down with the Gravedigger posse, the group, right?
Shout out Agent Bonnie.
Shout out to Agent Bonnie.
And
That
Faith,
was what I was going at.
and Faith, who's still in FEW at the moment.
That's right. The thing is, Faith was more, technically Nancy Bart was the first member, female member, but we haven't seen Nancy Bart. We haven't talked any contracts or anything like that, so we kept her like in the shadows. So we didn't really announce her as a member, if she is or she isn't. We don't know that yet. But we did shout out Faith as the first official first lady of the Gravediggers.
Yep.
The thing with Faith is like, like we have personal issues that we're dealing with behind the scenes.
Hmm.
So she's really not as active as she wants to be, she said. So
Yeah.
we kept her under like, listen, just take your time. There's no rush. You know what I mean? Whenever you're ready, you hit us up, and we're gonna push you out there because that's my job to push you out there. So now
Hmm.
Alicia comes in because we signed Bonnie, Agent Bonnie, because Agent Bonnie is she's actually a slept-on character, and
Oh,
she
bro,
gave,
I seen her new look. I love it. I
yeah,
love the new
she, you
look.
seen that Gravedigger look, yeah,
I love
of
the new
course.
look.
So we figured she had the face of the Gravedigger type of thing. I don't know if it makes sense, but she
Yeah.
had that. She gave me that vibe, and I was like, "Yo, listen, she's not part of any factions." I spoke to them behind the scenes,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Yo, we can talk if you guys are really serious about it." I spoke to Feisty herself. I was like, "If you're really serious about it, hit me up, and we'll make it official." You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
only her. We don't want Clyde. We
Five.
don't want nobody else. We just want Bonnie, right? So
Hmm.
she was like, yeah, for sure. So she was working a storyline as her other character, which is the clone Shiesty.
Hmm.
She's working her character rival with Princess Alicia.
Right.
So Princess Alicia, she doesn't have any backup. All her friends or her teammates are still in FEW. Which shout
Hmm.
out to Jen Riley for getting called up the other days too,
And also
and
Crazy Fox.
Crazy Fox as well. But like she needed somebody to hold her down. She felt like maybe a lot of people was like not respecting her or giving her the props that she deserves. And I told
Hmm.
her, listen, there's always room for you here. The only thing is, here we're heels. So here we're like, fuck you, go fucking eat a dick, go go fuck yourself. But that's our vibe. She was like,
Right.
oh, I get it. So I said, you don't want to be an enemy to Agent Bonnie. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna team you up with Bonnie. How do you feel about that until your homegirls come up to the main roster?
Right.
She says that sounds great because I can use the backup. So basically, it's like we took her in because she needed backup, and
Mhm.
we don't condone being bullied. So if you bully one of my peoples, we're coming for you and we're gonna bury you. So that's why Princess Alicia is down with the Gravediggers. So you could say, let's just air it out right now. She's not a gravedigger for life. She's a gravedigger part time.
She's an honorary grave digger, honorary
She's yeah,
oos,
she's a oos. She's feeling oosy right now.
feeling oozy. Oh
Shout out to
shit.
Princess Alicia. No, how many. It's all love.
Yeah,
The
yeah. Because
thing,
when I
the
brought it
thing.
up, she kind of blew up at me, and I had to like
Yeah,
shut
yeah,
it down.
no,
Like,
no.
dog, like,
But
no.
the thing is, when she did what she did, when she blew up on you like that, she didn't know that her homegirl, was gonna get called up. So maybe this gravedigger thing could have possibly ended before it even started. You know what I
And,
mean? So
and the other reason why I did that was because one is the holidays, so I wanted to have some females called
Merry
up,
Christmas,
and
of course.
and that's why Crazy Fox got called up because we were in the holiday spirit. She lost the match, but she fought a good match. But I also did it to shut you the fuck up about fucking bringing the girls up. So now I don't want to hear shit about it for a while.
I got you.
So
Yeah,
that's
man.
just how
Now you're not gonna hear no more about that, man. Like we already got
yeah,
that
yeah,
established. But it was just
yeah.
that it
So
needed to be said before, and I needed to spice up my show.
yeah, now I
And
have
who
to go
better
and
to
find. Now I got to go find two females in the CC to replace them as villains for now.
Yeah, but tell you the truth, man. Shout out to you for Cherry Bomb, bro. Like that character, she's fucking badass,
That's my bitch right there.
bro. She's fucking killing it, and like she was the Queen of New York champion. And, like that was another thing. Like, how do you? Let me ask you this one final question. How do you really, really feel about the titles and the whole Fight Club experience? Like, I know you didn't. You was like, yo, it's gonna fuck up the storyline. The cameos that we got, whatever. But since it doesn't involve that, how do you feel about it now and how it expanded? And
Well,
mind you, now we have an official host for it because I technically it's technically all Zay. He wanted to make the shit happen from the beginning. I was just his backup voice, and he's 100% in charge of it. All I can say is my little opinions here and there, and maybe he'll take it and maybe he won't. So,
Mhm.
but how do you feel about it?
Well, I was in. Well, when I first found out about the titles, I was like, wait, what? I was like, they already like Fight Club's gonna have titles. I thought it was just gonna be just fucking people up and knocking until they can't no more, knockout type shit.
Yeah,
So it took me a little by surprise. I mean, as long as nobody like brings that over to the GEW FEW stuff, like intermix them with the GEW FEW stuff, then we're all good because Fight Club stuff is Fight Club. And the first rule
right.
about Fight Club is we don't talk about
We
Fight
don't
Club.
talk about Fight Club. That's see, you get it because that was the whole idea that I brought up to A Dot. The thing is, Zay wants to take it to make it like a brand from the
See
brand.
now
You know what I mean?
with Zay, what Zay needs to do is he needs to base his cards off of the call outs. Because one, I've been Caleb Hopkins called me out on Fight Club. I don't think that match has happened yet. So
Yeah, don't be slacking, Zay. Get your
I
shit
feel
together,
some
brother.
I feel some type of way because that match hasn't happened, and my call out to Fresh Prince happened first before Caleb Hopkins call out to me. So I wanted
Yeah.
Caleb Hopkins first before I got to Prince.
Yeah, that's another thing I told them too, though. I was like, you know what? The whole Fight Club shit is fire. It works, but you can't ruin dream matches. Like, see, Savage and Caleb Hopkins. That's a match that we would love to pay to see in a GW show. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
hmm
So imagine seeing that. Like, I fuck around with you and I could say, yo, Savage Vega this, Savage Vega that. But, like, in reality, like, so what happens in GW on a Thursday or a Tuesday, it doesn't really mean shit. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, to me,
hmm
like our real, like when everybody's paying attention is when we're on a Tuesday or Thursday or on a pay per view that ADOT's hosting or you're hosting. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's not happening on your shows, your show or this guy's show,
Right.
it's not shit. You know what I mean? Like Fight Club, I respect to say shit, whatever, but that's why it doesn't involve a storyline. And like you said, it should be all the cards should be call outs. So
Yeah.
now I don't think we
Because
should
that was
see
the whole
like
point of it. That was the whole point of it. Call
that's
out.
the whole point of it to this day. And the thing is, like, I wouldn't want to see Hopkins versus Storm on a like on a Fight Club because that's a dream match. That's a match you want to see on a pay per view, or the Zay
Yeah.
versus Storm, or you know what I mean? Like how we look booking Ego the Prince right now versus Zay on a Fight Club. When
Yeah.
you're like, dude, let this shit happen in the GW shit. This is gonna happen right now. So why would you blow
Right.
that up now? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's so
exactly. Like a top five I could say of guys that I respect their characters, and I wouldn't mind stepping into the ring with their characters any day of the week. It would have to be, of course, Caleb Hopkins,
Yep.
Zay, Spicy, not this Icy Ghost character. I want the original OG
You want the
Spicy Ghost. I
spicy
want the
Rico.
Spicy Ghost because that's also a match that's been in the making since I got here. Because those were
Yep.
the two top matches I wanted was Zay and Spicy, but they kept ducking me in the beginning.
They still
And-
ducking you now.
well, Zay,
Not Zay.
Zay,
Not
Zay
Zay,
gave me
yeah,
my
Zay.
shot. Zay
Yeah.
gave me my shot. I respect.
But you
him
guys
for
are
that.
1-1, so
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
run
you
that
know-
back for the third time for the final.
You know, out of character, me and Zay are cool as fuck, but in character, we hate each other.
Correct.
We always at each other's throats. He's always coming at me. I'm always coming at him. I'm always telling him to fuck off and all this shit. So it's to the
Yeah,
point
man.
that us in character makes it seem like we're out of character the way we talk to
Yeah.
each other in character. Cause it'd be like, yo, guys, keep it in character. Like, bro, we are in character. The fuck, like,
Yeah.
like we,
and,
you know,
and G,
'cause-
in the locker room, like the GW backstage shit is basically the locker room. That's what we
exactly.
we do. Like I talk in character. Sometimes I talk out of character. You would know when I'm in character and when I'm not, because the shit that I say. But same
Yep,
thing with
and-
you and everybody else. So.
And my last two that I would step in the ring with anytime and get it on and popping and much respect for them with respect, that'll be Morningstar and
Oh, shout out to Morningstar. KG.
and
Yep.
and Dimebag Dan, of course,
Dimebag
because
Dan.
that match still hasn't officially happened in the GEW ring.
I agree. And I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told everybody else. Like when you go against DVD, bro, I'm gonna sell the shit out of that fight before it even happens, right?
Yeah, of
That's why
course.
we doing this talking shit. So just know, win or lose, like after that fight happens, like one of us is gonna like skyrocket out of the shit. You get what I'm saying? Because you're a tremendous talent, and you know how I do. You know,
Yeah, of course.
I'm the
You're,
seller,
you're,
so.
you're the master promoter, bro.
That's right. That's right. Don't get it twisted. Anybody listening to, do not get that twisted.
Nah, this man
I,
promotes his heart out, bro.
bro.
This man loves this shit so much. He promotes his fucking heart out. You know,
Yeah,
I try to
man.
promote here and there when I can, because most of the time when the shows are airing and the promo and the shit is out, I don't have time to share it because I'm driving.
Yeah, no, of course.
So,
Me too. It, like when it comes to me, man, like I promote the shit like you said, bro, out of love, and not only that, but I'll give you an advertisement out of it. You get what I'm saying? Like I want to make sure that it says something nice, so you
yeah,
can
of
like
course.
actually tune in. Like I want it to sound professional, so
Yeah,
I do, I give it
and then
100.
there's one more honorary mention on that list.
Let's hear it.
One more honorary mention on that list that I wouldn't mind getting into the ring with and wrestling with respect. And that's motherfucking A. Jizzle. Because everybody
Jizzle.
sleeps on A. character, but A. character be busting ass.
That's true. I
You know,
I created his movesets.
you did.
Yes, I
Damn,
did.
you did his movesets better than you did yours.
You see that? And you know what's funny? I was waiting for like a moment like this because like I did a couple people which I'm not gonna mention, but like I want people when they say that person that I created their movesets with starts getting on a streak and nobody could beat them. I want people to be like, yo, this nigga created the shit out of that guy. I'm like, correction, I created that guy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he
Yeah.
did his attire or somebody else did the attire, like, but
I mean, I believe me. The only time I met A. in the ring was for the November to Remember pay-per-view, Team FEW, Team GEW.
that's right. That's right.
So that was the only
And
time
you
I
wasn't,
was.
and you wasn't Savage Vega, the wrestler. You were Savage Vega CEO. You were fat.
The
You had no hair.
No, he didn't use that one, did he?
I think so.
No, he didn't use that one.
He used Savage Vega, the Puerto Rican.
Yeah. He
Really?
didn't use the one. He didn't use the one that Tolos made.
Oh, I thought he was using the one.
I told him not to. I told him don't do me like that because
he was definitely gonna lose.
Yeah, well, definitely gonna lose, but it was also gonna be like, okay, why Savage is bald now, and then next week on Takedown Tuesday he has
he's
hair.
got a fucking hair. Well, he wasn't technically bald. You had like a crew cut, but you know what I mean. Like he didn't have the long hair.
Tolos made me bald, bro.
Did he?
And I thought
it was like a Caesar.
No, when Tolos showed me, I was like, Tolos, why you do me like that, bro? Much love to Tolos, man. That's my boy right there too, man. I got mad love.
Shout out to Cecile.
He loves wrestling just as much as I do, man. So we be chopping shit up. He be sharing shit from Instagram and sending it to me, like some wrestling shit, some old wrestling clips, and I be like, yo, we be going back and forth. But he's just as big a wrestling fan as I am. Yeah, he's just as big a wrestling fan.
I had one of my best shows with him too on the show.
Yeah, that was a good show, man. I was honored he mentioned me in there. So I was like, yeah. Every time I hear the podcast, I'm looking out to see who got me on their top 5. I'm not on many people's top 5s though, because I'm one of them.
You're on my top. You're on my top 5, so.
Yeah, but and on A.
Yeah.
I believe I was on A. But I'm.
You was. But A. also chose a lot of people that wasn't on everybody else's top 5, like Red Rum and shit like that.
Yeah, so it's like I mean, I'm always listening now and be like, let's see, because when I first came up in this, I'm one of the most hated motherfuckers. Nobody. I rubbed everybody the wrong way when I first came in, so that's why I toned it down a bit. But I gained my respect. I earned my respect. I feel.
I agree. You definitely did. You got my respect, and like I said, you're on my top 5, and you've been doing a great job, man. Doing whatever it is that you do, whatever. Even if it's like a lot of people think that it may not be consistent, but you are consistent. You're just a regular man. Got a regular life. You got kids,
sometimes life happens. Sometimes life happens that I can't get a show. I can't get a show on.
That's called reality striking.
Yeah, but there's also times, like I know some people are, the whole reason for Fight Club was because FEW wasn't on as often. It was only 1 day a week, but it's like I try to explain. This is NXT. This is like NXT. NXT only has one show a week.
That's right. Wednesdays.
So yeah, NXT only has one show a week. So this is what I'm basing FEW off of. FEW is based off of NXT, FCW. Oh, speaking of, I know you've seen it, but we are graduating from the gym arena and we're moving into a bigger arena that I created myself. I put a lot of hard work into the damn arena, and the arena. It was supposed to happen. Yeah, it was supposed to happen this weekend. But I thought I changed the show, but it didn't work out. That I was like, shit, damn, I should have. But the arenas, y'all gonna see the arena for the next showing. Probably depending on how my schedule looks, I may do a surprise show before New Year's because New Year's Eve, New Year's Day is not gonna be a good day for me because I'm gonna be drunk. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, understandable. You're gonna be coquito out.
Nigga, not even. I'll probably be some Crown Royal out. That's what we drink on this. I'm a whiskey guy, so Crown Royal.
I'm a whiskey guy too, but I don't drink Crown Royal. I drink more like Jameson or.
No, you ain't drink nothing.
Maker's Mark.
Nah, you ain't drink shit unless you have some. All right, so these are my mixes: Crown Apple with some pineapple juice. Fire, bomb, creeps up on you. You drink that shit like juice and it creeps up on you. And then you got the Crown Apple Peach. You mix that with some white cran peach juice. Fucking amazing.
You're talking to a man that does this alcohol shit, man. I mean, I've been last time I drank alcohol, liquor, like whiskey and shit. It was on my birthday, which I downed the whole bottle of Jameson in my face. But it's my birthday, so you have to do it.
Yeah, of course, you got to do this. But yeah, I just have so. I'm gonna try to get a show on Christmas, January, New Year's Eve. Try to get a show on and see what happens. But I doubt that it's gonna happen. I don't want to leave everybody without a show for 3 weeks. So I'm gonna try to put a surprise show somewhere in there. So just look out for that. Maybe maybe a little 5 matches here, something like that.
That's fire.
Because we got some debuts happening. I want to get Lil Savage debuted. I want to get the new signing Zuki debuted. So it's a couple new debuts that I want to present there.
That's another thing too. We didn't get to that tonight, but we'll get to that some other time. Because
man, that's
Zuki thing, yeah. But that's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zuki, man, whoever you are. I just met you, but
yeah. I've spoken to him before. He seemed cool and everything. So. I mean, with that situation that happened, it was just, I don't know, that's why he's on probationary.
Right. We don't really know what's going on, so we got to, investigate that more.
Yeah, he said, she said. It's he said, she say, so it is what it is. But we're giving him.
Do that. He said, she said shit.
Yeah, we brought it to the committee. We decided to give him a chance under probationary period. He just cannot contact anybody from his previous Fed that he was in that's involved with GEW or FEW. Cannot have no contact with them. And he respected that, and he says he's going to follow the rules, and that's it. So we're going to go with that. But he should be debuting in the next show.
That's dope.
So but
yeah,
let's go.
And what you call it? Fuck, I was going to say something like that, but yeah, no, but soon, we're going to see some shit soon. But always remember, the listeners. What we got planned, just remember what I'm trying to say is what we got planned coming up, me, Savage, and RJ Bombshell, it's gonna be epic, bro.
Oh, it is. And let's just put it out there that it was RJ's idea.
Shout out to RJ Bombshell.
RJ's idea inspired us to do what we're doing with our kids, creating our boys. So that his idea led to these creations, and what's coming after that is gonna be spectacular, and it's going to be something special, and probably going to bring some more viewers down to FEW.
I can't wait for that, man.
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited as fuck. I can't wait. I'm waiting for you to get Justin up, man.
He's coming. He's coming.
You got to get Justin up there already, so I can grab him up and set everything up, because it's going to be something special. Oh, by the way, once I put my son on CC, got to grab him for Fight Club. Because apparently we gotta have a triple threat match. From what I'm hearing, we gotta have a triple threat match. Apparently, Jaji the Light, our J Bombshell and Lil Savage LGV
Oh,
in a triple threat match. That's what they want in FEW. But despite what we got planned, some things can't happen.
yep.
But it can happen in Fight Club.
I love it.
So, and if Zay even wants to, he could throw Bubba Watson in there. Or if he wants to, he could throw Juju and Mello in there as well, and we'll make it a 6-man battle royal. Knockout elimination. That shit'll be fire. Let the kids go at it.
Yeah, man. Yo, oh, and before we leave, right? Before we,
Yes.
we cut it, you saw that? You like Alexa Bliss?
Yes, of course.
You saw what she did last night. You saw what she did last night on Raw.
Oh, the fucking
Sister Abigail thing?
yeah, this is Abigail. Yeah,
What do you think?
yeah. I'm thinking I know where it's going. It's heading to the Wyatt Six.
You already
brother.
know, right? As soon as you saw that, you knew it's happening, right?
It's heading to the Wyatt Six, bro. It's heading there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. So little by little, they're just stretching the story out to keep people in anticipation.
Yeah, man. I love her.
So,
She's awesome.
man, it's gonna be good, man. Bray Wyatt is he's a great talented man, and he's not for nothing, but he's become even bigger than his father.
That's awesome. Yep.
And
He's doing what that Undertaker did at the beginning of his career, and he's
Mhm.
gonna take it even further than what the Undertaker did to his, So.
Oh yeah.
can't wait for that.
See now for next season, if you want, because I know next season you're gonna do some other stuff and talk about different things. So if you're gonna be talking about wrestling, I want to be on that. I want to do that. Chop it up about wrestling because I got so much knowledge, bro.
Well, what I'm actually gonna do, what I got planned for the next season is that we're gonna talk. Well, mainly what I'm gonna do in the next season is we're gonna talk everything. We're gonna talk gamings, not only just eFeds, because this season right now that we're on is all about eFed gaming. It's all about wrestling, and how this keeps your mind sane from going to that mental health shit. Like keeping you occupied by doing something you like to do.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put it out there that the only reason why I'm streaming is because of GEW.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take your time.
Yeah, GEW is the main reason why I'm doing it because, like I said earlier in this episode, I was thinking about doing my own thing, and that was just thinking, brainstorming. I didn't think I was actually gonna go through with it, but GEW and seeing how A-Dot does it, and I don't know if you noticed, but when I do my live, I try to tap into my A-Dot. I try to get hype. I try to do, get the hype.
I see you. I see what you're doing out there.
But if it wasn't for GEW and A-Dot, I don't think I would be out there streaming shit. Because my streaming is actually, I'm thinking about streaming also other things like when I have more time. So I brought the idea to you. Remember I told you about the fantasy matches with Bruno Sammartino versus Roman Reigns, or fantasy matches like that, LOD versus New Day. I already got that set up. I already got those wrestlers downloaded in one of my profiles and everything. So I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to do it. And maybe also stream other maybe other gameplay like Fall Guys or some shit like that.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do a lot of more gaming streamings. Like we're gonna do a lot of things. We talking about that behind the scenes. Mainly this podcast shit is gonna go so hard. Like I'm gonna talk about everything. Like season 2 comes, we're gonna talk about basketball. We're gonna talk about sports. We're not gonna talk about only the basketball shit that GW is doing. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about real basketball. We're gonna talk about real shit that's happening in real life, like conspiracy theory shit. So I'm gonna go in.
Oh, don't get me
used
started.
to this.
Don't get me started with that shit.
Oh, bro, trust me, if we're gonna have a podcast about shit like that, we're gonna go in because we're gonna talk out of characters. Now we're not even talking wrestling. We're gonna talk about beyond wrestling. We can mention a couple wrestling questions and shit, but it's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
And another thing I want to do before we leave, I want to say I'm gonna host for the finale of the season 1. I'm gonna try to host like a battle royale type podcast where I got everybody from the community talking shit and speaking their mind. Even people who haven't been on the show one-on-one, they could probably
Right.
join like that and express themselves and shit and how they feel about the show and everything else.
Yeah, kind
So
of like how A Dot was doing with the StreamYard.
exactly, we're gonna do it like that. I just need I'm gonna probably either get you guys here on this app, or I'm gonna get you guys on like StreamYard, and then I'll save it, the audio, because this is all an audio thing. So
Yeah. I mean, it's dope, man. It's dope. I love the movement. I love this idea that you came up with this and that. It's awesome.
yes,
So
sir.
everything that this whole global studios movement, it's time to legitimize. I told A Dot it's time for us to legitimize it, man. Let's get some
Yeah, man.
paperwork done.
Let's get it done, man. Like, let's do this shit. And loyalty over everything, and we're all loyal here. So
Yeah, and you already know I like when it comes to like my character itself. I got a copyright on my character. I got a
look at
copyright
that.
on Savage. I got a copyright on Savage Vega and his likeness. I have a copyright also added to that is PRX.
Nice.
The PRX name and everything like that, the name and the likeness and the logos and shit like that. And it's a movement, because I got guys out there that want to take my guy and without my permission and use it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I am a part of a couple other e-feds, but the main one that I'm pay attention to really is GEW. The only one
GEW all the way. Yep.
the only one I tune into and watch. So
Same here. I'm in a couple of other events, but some of them is just I made deals with them just to get those guys and girls to ours, and
mhm.
if not, GW is the only brand. Without GW, it ain't
GEW is
shit.
the main brand, bro.
It's
GEW
the
is
main brand. It's the only brand. So
Yeah, nobody does it like us, man.
that's it. Global Studios for life. And that's what
Yep.
we're doing here.
And that's it. A Dot's fucked. He's stuck with us because
He's
we
stuck
ain't
with us
going
forever,
nowhere.
yeah.
We're gonna try to keep this shit going as much as we can. Anybody right now we're on a zero tolerance for drama. So you got drama, you get the fuck out. No matter
That's
who
it.
you are.
Get lost.
Yeah,
Let the door hit you in your vagina on the way out.
Oh, my
That's how it
pussy hurts.
Your pussy hurts.
Oh shit, but yeah, bro. So it was a pleasure being on the show tonight, man. I appreciate you
Yes,
for the
sir.
round 2.
No, yes, sir. We're gonna definitely. Well, maybe your round 3 will be like I said in the battle royale type of shit, and we can
Yep.
talk about stuff that we didn't talk about tonight. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, we
like I
could
said,
talk about
man,
this
thank
and
you
that.
for coming on the show. You're the fucking. Yeah, we talk about this and that. We talk about
talk
that
about
and
this
this,
and
boy.
that.
We talking all that.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
bro.
already
I mean,
know.
like I said earlier, bro. I appreciate you a lot, bro. You one of my favorite guys. Not only you one of my favorite guys, I consider you one of my dearest friends. I call like family.
Likewise, one of my best friends right now, bro.
Yes, sir. 100%. Same here. Feelings mutual.
Yep.
And God bless you and the fam, bro. I know it's not easy. Just hold your head up.
Yeah.
All the shit that you're dealing with, mentally.
So
Anything you need, you already know. I'm on your phone call away, brother.
I already know, brother. Ya tú sabes, likewise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. So I'ma holla at you, bro. Y'all be safe, and I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of This and That.
Yes, sir. That was my host, Mr. 357, and my guest today, Savage Vega, the one and only, the myth,
The man, the
legend.
the legend.
That's correct.
You already know.
Savage Vega. See you soon, my brother.
PRX for life, baby.
PRX. I'll see you soon, my guy.
All right, bro. Talk to you later, bro. Peace.
Later.